everyone, thanks for joining us for Day 2, Round 3 of the FIM Asia Road Racing Championships. We're coming to you live from the classical Suzuka Circuit in Japan, but if you missed yesterday's action, well, you missed a lot. There was 3 nail-biting races that all came down to the wire. But the good news is that winners are grinners. They celebrated last night, but the celebrations are over now because we've got 3 more races today here. Another lot of underbone racing coming up, the AP 250 production race, and also then the big boys come out, the Superstock 600s. So we're really looking forward to that. As always, Meng Heng is with me, and Wei Ling will be down in the pits. Meng Heng has been in the championship in the past and also been a team manager. So he's seen the action from both sides of the stage. And welcome to Suzuka, a place that you know well, Meng Heng.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. I think this track, brings a lot of memories to a lot of riders here. So this is a very good track. They got undulation and different type of cornerings, and for sure you have ridden here before too. So I think a lot of riders have been talking about this track after they went back. They still want to come back here and race again.
Yeah, it's certainly a very tough circuit, isn't it? It's one of the toughest circuits in the world to master. I mean, you either come here and it makes you or it breaks you. And a classic example is Aslan Shah, who for the last 2 years in the 600 class has beaten himself up badly. But this year, in yesterday's race, he came out and won in the 600 class. So he's now mastered it, although he's got to do it again later on today.
Yeah, this morning we met him in the morning, and definitely, he says that this track, he have conquered the track, and definitely he want to win the race again for the race 2 today.
Of course, we start off with the underbone 150s, a 6-lap race around this 5.8 kilometre circuit. A lot of concentration needed with the 18 turns as well, so it's definitely a tricky circuit, and there's lots of overtaking. If you missed out on the underbone race yesterday, it was absolutely incredible. We saw many of the brilliant slipstreaming and overtaking manoeuvres, and especially into the last chicane. I mean, that last chicane really does bring up a lot of hectic action.
Yeah, the last chicane, either you win or you break. That's it. Either you win or you lose the race there at that corner. So I'm looking at the grid now. You can see, a lot of all the underbone bikes are there on the grid, ready to go up for the warm-up lap later, and of course for the race, I think it will be an exciting race again. I think like yesterday we have maybe 9 bikes finish inside 1 second.
Yeah, it was an incredible race. Of course, Helmi Asman won that race with the Kid Aziz in 2nd position and Gupta Kresna in 3rd position on his Yamalu best in the factory machine. So the other good thing was this morning we had the chance to go down and have a close look at these underbone bikes and how modified they are compared to the standard machines. It's actually, when you get up close...
Yeah, talking to Sharu Yuzi, I think, okay, we can go through the grid position first.
Okay, we'll have a quick look at the grid. Fakruzi, of course, Gupta Kresna in 2nd position, Amrul Arif in 3rd. Effendi Rosley starts row 2 with Helmi Asman, who won yesterday's race, in 5th position. Wayu Aji in 6th, and of course Hazik in 7th. Kid Aziz, who we mentioned before, in 8th, and Ayman Asman starts from 9th position. Travis Hall, the Australian, starts from 10th. Adib Rosley 11th, and Shairul Amin in 12th position. Azit Zaidi, who could have qualified much better than that, in 13th. Pirapong, of course, in 14th. Ming Sang, who we just saw crash on the warm-up lap before we went live, probably won't be starting this race. Likan Lok in 16th, Sayafin Ayman in 17th, and Nakahara from Japan in 18th position. The last and final row 7 here is, of course, Adam Farik and Ahmad Fazil Sham from Malaysia as well, rounding out our strong 20-bike grid, but probably only 19 bikes on the grid due to that incident we saw on the warm-up lap just before we went live. So we'll have to wait and see if they get that bike out there. But these boys have spent, they know the track now. They've spent yesterday racing around. They've had a couple of days. What are we going to see? Are they going to be going for broke out there?
Yeah, I think definitely after the race yesterday, I think the team must have gone back and rethink and how to set up again for the bike, and they have they can do a lot of mapping actually onto the machine, so you can see how improve the technology now on this underbone bike. So I've brought you to see Yuzi's team just now, and I think you were impressed to see all the bikes. How was it? You know, the bike was brought up from a normal bike and then make it to a race bike.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the figures that I heard, they cost 4 times as much as the original road bike, but they make 2 times the amount of power as the standard machine. So, I mean, all the mechanics and people that have been developing and designing these bikes have really put a lot of effort in, because I don't know too many other racing classes in the world where they double the capacity, and I mean, it's not the capacity, the horsepower of the standard machine. But yeah, I mean, different throttle body sizes, all sorts of things, down to some guys running electric water pumps just to try and save that extra half a horsepower. It's really amazing stuff.
Yeah, and also all the underbones bike are using Dunlop slick tires, so they make a big difference, Steve. I think together, if you use the standard tires compared to the slick, I think there will be maybe 1.5 second difference.
Yeah.
You use slick, compared to a normal slick standard tires.
We're into the 3rd round as well. Of course, that slick rule for the underbones has come in for the first time this year, so it's probably good for the guys now. They've had a bit of time on the slicks, and I mean, because it does take a little bit of time to adapt to these things, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this bike, you've got to adapt to the bike, you've got to adapt to the tires, but especially the tires. Now you can see the boys can really, they can put like their elbow down, the scrape their elbow on this style of machine, the underbone bike.
I mean, they look like underbone bikes. They look like scooters in a way.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what do they feel like to ride when you're riding them? Do they feel like a race bike?
Yeah, I think you feel like a race bike. Only thing that they don't have a tank in front. You know, you don't have a tank to hold you up. You wear your knees, you can clip on your tank, but this one got nothing to clip on, so a bit difficult. I think you should go on this one of the machine one of these days.
I'd love to have a ride for sure. It'd definitely be very interesting as the guys sit out on the grid there, just waiting for the final bits and pieces to be put together so they can get their warm-up lap underway. Everyone's off the grid and they head off on that warm-up lap now. For Carusi, of course, who got pole position yesterday, just setting off. A little bit of a wheelie there from one of the guys, but as they head off, what are your thoughts? Who do you think? I mean, we saw a tight group yesterday. Helmi Asman won the battle there, but it could have been any number of guys. Who do you think?
I think there will be maybe 10 guys, that can really win this race. So I mean, looking at the track, I think the track is quite hot today. What do you reckon? I think it's about maybe 30?
Absolutely. It's definitely been heating up over the course of the weekend. I mean, it rained on Thursday here all day long and it was looking pretty bleak. But as you can see, picture perfect conditions here at Suzuka for race 2 at round 3. I'm really looking forward to getting it underway. And if you want to know the sort of action that we saw in race 1, the top 8 riders were all within just a second. So it's going to be absolutely incredible. Just because Helmi Asman from Malaysia won yesterday, it doesn't mean that he will today. Azit Zaidi, you've got to keep an eye on him, because he had the pace to be up near the front, but he had a problem in Super Pole, which put him way back down the pack.
I think he broke the engine while they're doing the Super Pole.
That was probably one of the things that I learned this morning, is how fragile these engines are.
Engine, I mean, all the valve spring, everything, the valve is so small, but you need to have a good material on this type of machine, because this type of machine, they come up to like maybe 13,000 RPM.
13,000.
But for the normal bike, maybe just like maybe 10,000 ref.
Wow, that's it's absolutely incredible for a bike like this. Of course, Kid Aziz got through to second position yesterday. He's a good rider. Do you think he can do that again?
We'll see how it goes later on, and I think that there's a couple of guys capable of winning today. So we gotta keep an eye on. Of course, definitely will be like Vayu, Helmi, Gupita Krishna. I think he's definitely want to win the race, because he's so close to winning the race yesterday. came up second yesterday.
It was definitely a good day for Helmy yesterday. He moved up in the championship and took over the lead from Izzat Zaidi as well. So he has now just about a 4-point lead over Izzat in second position of the championship. Kid Aziz, of course, is in third position, so he needs to get another good result for the UMA racing team here as well as they come up now. Hearts beating. Next time they come into this corner, though, it's going to be all action, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the last lap will be exciting there. And of course, you know, we got to look out for this Amirul Musa also, you know, the UZ team where he had a problem with the bike yesterday.
Yeah.
So I think today when we were visiting the paddock this morning, I think everything is prepared for him, and got to see how he goes later on.
As we head up to the line, there's our pole man.
There's Fakrusi.
Yep.
You can see the way he's very tall lad, right?
Yeah, that's right. We spoke to him this morning too, didn't we?
He's tall. I think he's what, 6'2". 6'1".
Well,
I'm not sure.
He's a lot taller than me, I know that. Still suffering from a hip injury he got about a year ago, I think. So
in the national race last year.
It certainly doesn't slow him down when he's on the track.
I don't think will any effect on him on that one, I think.
No. It's amazing that a guy that tall can be so competitive in this class. I mean, how does he get down behind the screen? Some of the bikes have screens.
Yeah, I mean, you look at him the way he rides, you know, he look like a cricket, you know, the long leg coming out, you know. So it's fun to watch all these underbone riders taking corners and all this. They've got all different styles, different lines, you know, like you say. At the spoon curve, they have maybe 7 or 8 lines there.
Right, we're just about ready for action here for race 2, round 3 at Suzuka of the Underbone 150s. As we get ready, the lights are on, the riders are ready in anticipation, and they're out. And it looks like a good start for Fakrusi there. But he's he has got the lead, but he's got a hungry bunch of riders behind him who eat him up. And it's Rosley at the moment who looks like he's into turn one.
Effendi Rosley is in front now.
Effendi Rosley exactly where he needs to be out there. What a beautiful start by him. But how far back did Fakrusi go? He went back a fair way in that pack, didn't he? A lot of work to do for him now.
Yeah, I think he's like maybe 5th or 6th. Oh, I think he's
there,
right behind there.
There he is, just going around the outside there of one of the guys. So all that work getting pole position doesn't mean anything now. But that is the thing about this circuit, isn't it? With so much slipstreaming to be had, it's a really long, wide circuit, 5.8 kilometres.
Look at Effendi Rosley. He had a small gap now, I think maybe half a second there.
Do you think it's easier in this class, though, when you're not fighting, in the first lap? We've seen it time and time again where they're able to get through just up the inside there.
Yeah, but I think the bunch behind definitely will catch up with Effendi Rosley, because if you're riding alone, you have no slipstreaming. I think for the guys behind to catch him up, it will be really easy. I
mean, that is an incredible gap that he's managed to pull out in half a lap. Effendi Rosley is well in front of the rest of the group at the moment. Gupta and Kresna is in there, of course. Amarul Arif's up near the front as well. Helmy Asman's there. Wayu, where's Wayu? I can't see him. Oh, there he is. Is that Wayu in 4th or 5th position there?
No, I think that is Haziq.
Haziq.
I think, Wayu.
There's Wayu,
He's what, 8?
So
10 or 11, I'm not sure.
Yeah, a lot of work to do for him at the moment.
Look at the gap Effendi Rosley have.
I know, that's a pretty incredible good start by him as they head down through the spoon curve for the first time. 6 laps long around here. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it's there's a lot of action to be had at the Suzuka Circuit. And this is probably the first part of the track where the guys get a good opportunity to slipstream and perhaps make inches towards our current leader at the moment, Effendi Rosley, on that orange machine.
Look at the slipstreaming behind, everybody try to slipstream each other. And of course, definitely they'll catch up Effendi Rosley sooner or later.
Yeah, absolutely. And the pole man is he's back in the pack quite a bit at the moment. He hasn't been able to make his way through. Is that Wayu just slipping up the inside there?
Yeah, I think Wayu is, still inside there.
Everyone through, taking it nice and easy. A few bumps on the way through, but clean. It's always hard to get through that chicane too wide because it's very, very tight.
Very tight there. I think there's only one line.
Yeah, it's one of the tightest in the world, actually. Helmy Asman in 2nd position. Izzat Zaidi, of course. There goes Helmy as he takes the outside line, and they've caught right up to Effendi Rosley.
Half a second doesn't mean anything now.
No, definitely not. It's pretty much just sit in line, stay in the group, and then the last couple of laps you need to sort it out.
I think only the last corner, not the last couple of laps.
Who do you think's the smartest guy out there, the guy that's been doing this for
I
longest?
think all of them now are very smart now, so they know that how this race goes, and the last lap, the last corner, that's the most important thing.
There's a few wild cards out there as well, of course, from Japan. Do you think those guys thought, oh yeah, we know the track, we should be able to do better?
I don't think they have any advantage on that.
I don't think so either.
Because these guys have been running this, year in year out, for the wild card. They haven't ridden one of these bikes before, so a bit difficult to learn on this track.
Yeah, Fendi Rosley just nipped back up the inside there, and you can see he's just taking the lead again. It's Asman in second position at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like 6 of them try to pull away from the second group.
Yeah, you can just see there Mohamed Amrul Arif is up there too as well. Oh no!
Somebody crashed. I think that is one of the Umar Racing team. I think that is Haziq, I think.
Is it Haziq?
Yeah, it looks like Haziq.
Yeah, it is Haziq.
Haziq, yes. I think he's overtook the corner.
Wow, that's...
he's talking his clutch levering.
Yeah. But unfortunately for him, he's not going to be able to do anything now. He won't be able to catch up to these two guys out the front. And it looks like a group of 3 at the moment. Tell me this, though. If 3 guys get together and make a group...
Maybe possible.
Can they slipstream?
They'll be able to pull away from the rest if they have 3 guys there.
Because they have got a bit of
a gap from the 4th guy.
That's right, and if they all work together, you can see them as well, just right on the edge of the track, not giving anybody the opportunity to slip up the inside. The number 36, Effendi Rosley there on the orange machine, who had that easy lead.
Yeah,
did you see that?
Wayu is there. Wayu is coming back.
Well, it's good to see Wayu coming back as well. Good move by him. He needs to get up into that front group if he can.
I'm not sure. I think that is
25.
Haziq again. I think he crashed the second time. There you go.
Oh yeah, okay.
I think he tried to push, after the crash, just on the first crash. So you can see there why you putting the sign, ask him to follow behind, get my slipstream, and you pass me, then I pass.
So this is pretty much like the Tour de France cycle race, isn't it? The guys have to get in the
slipstreaming all this, yes.
I mean, but it's
even the front guys are doing that. They just show the hand, slipstreaming.
Of course, the front group consisting of Fendi Rosley, Gupta Kresna, and Helmi Asman with a slight break over the rest of the group at the moment. Wayu Aji trying to get the guys to work together. Shoal Amin is in 5th or thereabouts. Amrul Arif is there as well. And the number 63
Aziz is there too, I think.
Yeah, Aziz is there. Aziz doing a good job as well. So you've got a couple of distinct groups now.
I think 3 groups of them, I think.
Yeah, but that gap now out to the front guys, it's probably about
1.5 second, I think.
1.5 second gap. Yeah. The front group went through doing like a 2-minute 40 lap time around here, which is pretty similar to the group behind. So those guys there in that second group are really going to have to start
to work together.
They are
catch up the front group there.
Now I know they're not teammates.
But they have to work together.
Yeah.
They want to catch the 3 guys there.
Well, those 2 groups have come back together, haven't they?
Yeah.
I mean, we want to see them come together, don't we? Because we want.
Exciting.
It's absolutely. I can't believe when you get a bit of a slide there as well. Good to see, bit of action, and that is of course the number 32 Helmi Asman leading the race at the moment, but he can't afford to back off because there's a massive group of underbone riders behind him.
You can see Fendi Rosley now taking the spoon corner, taking over. I think Gupita Krishna, from 3rd.
Yeah.
Second now.
It looks like even Helmi now had a bit of a good drive there. He's got just the slightest of gaps on Gupta Kresna and Fendi Rosley.
Yeah, you can see if the 3 guys work together in front, I think they definitely will pull away from this second group.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, that gap looks like it's coming down, doesn't it? I mean, but they've pulled out of the slipstream way too early.
Yeah.
And it's just allowed, they haven't really made the gains that they perhaps might have, because we're already coming up to almost the halfway point of this race.
Yeah, 4 laps to go, I think. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Catching up.
Maybe I was wrong.
Yeah.
I spoke too soon, because Wayu's pulled that group right up to the back now with Fendi Rosley, Gupta Kresna and Helmi Asman are about to have company, but
still you can see the lap time. I think you can see still one section again on the second group.
yeah, they certainly are. It's incredible though that they seem to get so close, isn't it?
Yeah, you can see. I think there is Fastly Sharp from TKKR. He was I think last yesterday, second last. I'm not sure, but today he's
The fastest guy on the circuit, 2:38. That's pretty impressive, and that is the fastest lap.
fastest lap ever, I think.
Wow, the fastest ever lap of the race just set. So these boys are definitely not hanging around. This would be the first time that they've raced here with the slicks as well. So you'd expect all the lap records to be smashed in this class.
You can see the lap times going down and down, faster and faster. Because Fastly Sharp is also an experienced rider, very experienced underbone rider. So he's a guy to watch out to.
Is he a guy that's been on the podium a lot?
Yeah, he's been many times on the podium. So he's changed team this year, and first few races not that good. You know, the bike they set up, but this year you can see now that race you can see the bike is improving, and definitely you can see him the top three, or maybe win the race.
Sure, well, I mean, we just got a glimpse of him there, just at the back of that, in the middle of the pack, the last yellow bike in the pack there, right in the middle. He's making his way forward now after Glory, but this is going to be close.
There, I think.
Whoa, he tried to nip up the inside there, but not quite. As they come round next time with 2 laps to go, things are starting to get serious now. I mean, I guess such a short race, you can't afford to make a mistake or do anything silly in the first 3 or 4 laps, but in the last 2 laps, you've got to start vying for position.
Yeah, vying for position. Now we have 3 laps to go. After this will be 2 laps. So these guys have to work together.
Oh!
Yeah. As you can see, right behind all of them, the second group already joining the front group now. This is gonna be close. It's gonna be the same.
Absolutely. There's nothing in it now. Effendi Rosley leads this one at the moment, but one thing's for sure, he's not going to be leading. Yep, no point looking behind you now because they're all there. You've got no gap, and now they've just flown past. You've gone from first to 4th or 5th, Effendi Rosley.
Whoa, they're so close.
Yeah, all the fingers crossed in the pit box is the moment. And
it looks like Amira Musa is leading now.
Wow. Amira Musa, what a result for him.
Yeah, yesterday his bike got problem. He went into the pits. Yeah.
DNF yesterday.
Yeah.
He's certainly up there at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like Gupita Krishna come back.
I think they're all there. That's the whole field, isn't it?
Whoa, you see all of them. It's like they just started the race.
What a race this is turning out to be as we head over the line now. They've all come together, slipstreaming. It's one of the Uma racing machines there. Oh, have to be careful when you do that, don't you?
Yep. You're slipstreaming, you don't have to wiggle the bike. It's dangerous. Oh, you can see Fastly Sharp leading the race now. Man.
And
where
using,
did he come from?
Yeah, Fastly Sharp uses all the track and a little bit more as he heads into the S section, but he's still got a long way to go. Still 10 kilometres between him and standing up on that podium and perhaps taking that first place trophy.
Yeah, I think this is the first time I've seen Fastly Sharp leading the race.
I mean, how nervous would he be out there at the moment with all of those guys biting at his heels?
Yeah, I think he's an experienced rider, so I think it doesn't bother him at all. I think.
Doesn't bother him?
Yeah, I don't
No, it'd be bothering me, I reckon, because...
He'll be bothering you because he's used to it, so I think it doesn't bother him anymore.
Oh, I mean, how tight is that pack? 4 or 5 wide at the moment.
Maybe about 12 of them.
Oh, it's incredible there. And at the back of the pack there...
Yeah, it's still the TKKR team, the 1XOX team.
Yeah.
No, I think there's Shafiq Ayman behind the group there. Looks like the TKKR team is working really well. The bike improved, So
yeah,
we'll see how it goes. We've got another 2 laps more to go.
There's definitely not a lot in it, is there? I mean, as far as the differences between the Yamahas and the Hondas.
Yeah, like we said, only 6 gears on the Honda and 5 gears on the Yamaha. So, but it doesn't look like any difference on that.
No, definitely not.
Yep.
Back up the front as they head into the spoon curve again.
I think it looks like Helmi Asman is there. Helmi and Krishna.
Oh, that's definitely not the place. They looked like they touched, but they ran wide. They both have run wide in the middle of that corner, and now they're going to get eaten up by the pack down the back straight here at Suzuka as they head into the next corner. That's really fast left-hander, almost flat out on these underbones. Look how close they are. Is that Wayu in there as well? Wayu's up there now. He's made his. He looked like he wasn't going to be doing anything, but he's on for a podium, and he's come at the right time with 2 laps to go at the moment. It's about to be won.
They're doing the last lap at the moment.
They're not all going to fit through. They're not going to fit through. Wow. How do they get through there?
3 or 4 bikes there. So close.
Well, if you're watching this at home, do not go and get a drink now. You've got to wait at least another 2 minutes 40 because this lap is going to be an absolute cracker.
Yeah, you can see the big boss of TKKR there as well.
He's not smiling too much.
His heart is pumping more than the riders.
Well, I think you might be right. We're on the last lap now. Helmi Asman.
There. Oh, Wayu is there now?
Yeah, Wayu.
Where did he come from?
Well, he came from virtually last position all the way through the pack. To lead at this moment. A great job by him, but didn't last long because Effendi Rosley gets back up the inside there. There's 3 or 4 wide in the back of the pack there now. But it doesn't mean anything at the moment because we've still got another 4 kilometres to go of this circuit. Effendi Rosley giving it everything he's got. Charlemagne's in there as well. And Wayu has just gone through with a 241.7, the best lap of the race at 239. These guys are on the absolute limit.
Any predictions, Steve?
Nope. I've learnt.
Very close. They're not predicting anything.
Any other motorsport in the world, it's the commentator's job to give a prediction, but I've learnt that that's a silly thing to do in this class.
So, I mean, wow. I think maybe 14, 13 of them.
Look at Effendi Rosley saying, come on guys, get closer, I've got too much of a lead. He took his hand off the
it looks like he's doing the first lap race when start of the race.
You know what it is though, right? He knows that if he's leading at this point of the race, seriously, it's not good for him because he's going to get chewed up by 10 guys by the time he gets to that final, final 130R corner. So unless he can get a massive lead, which he seems to be doing.
He's getting what, 0.3 or the 0.4 second lead there?
Yeah, he's really got to get through the spoon curve as fast as he can there. But Wayu's made up ground on the entrance to that one, double apex.
Well, it looks like I think Gupita Krishna is third, and of course, I think the third or fourth filler will be, chances of winning will be more.
Absolutely. Effendi Rosley now, he's going to move all the way over to the left-hand side of the circuit so that nobody can nip up that left-hand side. He's waiting, and they go past. He knew it. He knew he's made a mistake. It's all going to come down through the 130R. They come now, but the whole group are together. Anybody can win this. Wayu's at the front. No, he's not. Helmi Asman's up there too. Effendi Rosley, we've seen him lead a fair bit. The main charges are in as we head into the final chicane. It's 25 abreast. And they're hard on the brakes up the inside. What a great move. Wayu's there. You can't pass there. 3 or 4 wide. Someone's around the outside. Oh, they've all collected each other. Effendi Rosley as well. And as they head over the line, who's it going to be? Difficult to see at this stage. Looks like it could be Gupita Krishna takes the win.
Izzat got third. Where did Izzat come from?
Well, he came from way back. He came from 13th position on the grid. What a race.
Wow.
What a race. And Wayu Ajitruliksana also made his way up onto the podium. That was an absolute cracker with Gupta Krishna making his way through. And I mean, that was well deserved. What do you think?
Effendi Rosley finished 8th while leading the last lap.
What an incredible result in the race that is. Gupta Krishna takes the win. And you can see him there, he's just holding up that finger, number 1, showing that he's the boss for today for the Yamaha Lube SND factory team. What a result for them to finish up here at Suzuka.
Like I say, Steve, he missed out the win yesterday, so he want to make it up and win the race. So
yeah, and he certainly did. Of course, he got a 3rd place yesterday, so he's going to have to make room for another trophy this time around, 3rd place and 1st place. How happy is he?
I think he's definitely very happy, I think.
Good for Wayu Aji as well. He got on the podium. He missed out on the podium yesterday, so great for him to make it up to at least 3rd position. That will help him in his championship as well.
Yeah, you can see the last lap, last corner.
Yep, here we go. They're heading up the inside there. Gupta Krishna there's got the absolute perfect line. Wayu a little bit out of shape there. Gupta just block passes everyone, gets on the gas nice and clean, but meanwhile back in the pack, everybody's touching and bumping, carrying on. There's Effendi Rosley wondering what he did wrong. He was leading about a kilometre before, wasn't he? So unfortunately for him.
I think he knew that leading the race, the last lap, is not a good idea.
Well, you could see exactly what he was doing. He was saying, everybody, come on, come past me. Let's just have a quick look at the results. Gupta Kresna wins this one. Wayu Aji in second position. Zat Zaidi takes third. Helmi Asman, a good fourth for him. Sharil Amin in fifth position. Akid Aziz, sixth. Pirapong makes seventh. Effendi Rosley, who probably should have won that one, in eighth. And Hamid Fazil Sham in ninth position. Safiq Ayman in 10th position, of course, from Malaysia on his Yamaha. A lot of Yamahas in that top 10 as well. So obviously that seems to be the bike that suits this. Adib Rosley takes 11th with Amrul Arif in 12th, and Travis Hall from Australia in 13th. Ayman Azman from Malaysia in 14th. The wildcard Nakahara in 15th. Lekan Lok in 16th. Adam Fakuri Baba Farid in 17th. Fakruzi way down in 18th. Hazik in 19th. Of course, he didn't finish, and Min Sung didn't even get to start the race because he crashed on the warm-up lap. So there you have your underbone race for today, and I mean, boy.
Wow, it's exciting, you know. Still catching my breath, I think. What about you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I just can't believe the amount of action that gets packed into, 6 laps here. There's Sharil Amin as he heads in down the pit lane, and these guys.
Yeah,
and there's I mean,
the winner.
There's your winner. Look at him. How happy is he? He's still standing up there.
Still standing up. Still very happy, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, the Yamaha Yamalube S&D factory team will be giving him a big pat on the back for that one, I would say. Wayu, third position for him. That's not a bad result.
Yeah, I can see Wayu there. Both from Indonesia.
Of course, leading into that race, Gupta Krishna.
What's Fujiwara going to do?
It's got to be. They've got to be old friends.
Okay.
They've got to be old friends.
I see. Wow, I thought Fujiwara also doing an underbone team next year.
But yeah, maybe, maybe. And it's been a good weekend for Gupta Kresna, of course. He hadn't been on the podium until he arrived here at Suzuka, and a double podium for him now.
Yeah,
so
yesterday one podium, today.
Yep, missed out in Thailand, missed out in Australia, but he's got his season started proper here, hasn't he?
Yeah. I think this is the first win, I think, for him.
The first win, that's incredible for him, yeah.
But we didn't talk much about Izzat the whole race.
No, we didn't.
We didn't talk about him, right? So
you know why? Because I mean, he's had to work his way.
Yeah, from behind.
I mean, his weekend went bad in qualifying, didn't it? I mean, it just didn't work out for him. But what we're going to do now is we are going to head down to Wei Ling, and perhaps she can find out how the riders are thinking after such an epic race. Down to you, Wei Ling.
Okay, I'm down here with third place finisher Izzat. What a race, Izzat. Of course, 12 riders vying for a win here at Suzuka Circuit. And you managed to pick up third place today.
Firstly, I want to say RCB Yamaha Waipang kerana menyediakan motor yang terbaik pada race 2. Di race tadi, kelompok agak ramai. Ada 12 rider di dalam kelompok itu, dan saya cuba tak nak putus di geruk hadapan dan cuba ambil peluang di last corner untuk dapat tempat ketiga.
Okay, thank you so much, Izzat. Coming in second place today is Wayu Aji Trilaksana. So Wayu, your first podium here this weekend after a very close battle with 12 riders.
Yeah, I'm very happy today because my team is work hard for this weekend because in the pre-practice and then QTT and Super Bowl, I have many problem. In the race 2, warm up, I get the new setting for my engine, and then I try to push the race 2, and then I get the podium too. Syukur Alhamdulillah. I have thanks to Yamaha and then my team for the good work. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Wayu. And today's race 2 winner from Indonesia, picking up his first win of 2018, Gupita Krishna. Gupita, tell us, how did you come out in front?
Eh, Pertama saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada tim Yamaha SND Racing Indonesia yang sudah membantu saya untuk event kali ini. Tadi saya untuk race udah berusaha menjauh dari rombongan, tapi performa mesin saya dan temperatur mesin terlalu naik. Saya coba agak ke belakang dulu, terus saya cuma ngikut rombongan dan last lap saya coba langsung maju ke depan. Ternyata saya juga alhamdulillah bisa podium pertama. Ya, alhamdulillah.
Okay, thank you so much, Gupita, and stay tuned for the podium ceremony.
Well, you got to be happy with that, don't you? As it Zaidi, of course, is happy. Wayu, thanks to a new setting, and Gupta Kresna doesn't know how he did that, I think. I don't think anybody did. But let's just have a quick look at the highlights, and there were certainly plenty. The race got underway, and the slipstreaming had already started, but it was Fendi Rosley who made his way through to lead into turn 1 for the first time round. The rest of the field, though, were right behind him. Azit Zaidi in the background there was way back in the pack, but he was making his way forward. So was Wayu. Wayu in the back of the pack. You can just see, there he is, right in the mid-pack at the back there. You would think in a normal race, got absolutely no chance to do anything, but he made his way forward. At this point, Fendi Rosley thought there's a 3-bike group, and he thought that he would be able to break away, and that's what they did. They tried to, but the pack soon caught up, and it was Helman Asman who had a turn at the front. In fact, I think they all had a bit of a problem at the front. Then Hazik fell off for the first time at the hairpin, managed to get his bike going, and then I think it didn't work out for him because he fell off again, but we'll see that in a minute. Rosley commanded the race halfway through with 3 laps to go, but the group was right there. Of course, Gupta Kresna was making his way forward because he got a 3rd place yesterday. He wanted to make up for that. He wanted to get himself into 3rd there. Helmi Asman, of course, Azat Zaidi at this point of the race was making his way forward. And then with 2 laps to go, this happened. They had a bit of a dry run for the last lap, and everybody knew what to expect. It was all going to be about picking the right line on that last lap, and that would be the man that win, because these bikes are so competitive and they're so similar, aren't they? And look at how close it was on that last lap. They were just giving it everything up through the S's. Fendi Rosley at this point again looked like the strongest and looked like he was commanding the rest, and with another 2 or 3 bike race distance, he was a little bit worried. He couldn't break away from them, so what he decided to do was give them a bit of a wave and say, come past, and they did, but it left him out in the open. And then this Gupta Kresna with the absolute perfect line as they head in to the last lap and over the line, and it was Gupta Kresna who took the win from Yamaha man Wayu Aji, and of course Azit Zaidi, who come from 13th on the grid. But what a great ride by Gupta Kresna, and there he is celebrating with everybody. Winners are grinners, and he's certainly smiling today.
Yeah, definitely. Looking at the time here, you can see Ahmad Fazli Sham did the fastest lap, so he still can't win the race.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, these guys now get to have the best part of the weekend for them, don't they? They get to stand up there in front of the crowd and celebrate, and they can tell their teams that, yep, I've done the job that you asked me to do. So a great result. And there he is.
Gupta Krishna.
How happy is he?
Very happy.
It looks like he's had an off this weekend too. You can just see there on the back of his leathers, the leathers are scuffed off. But super happy
For the national anthem of Indonesia.
as they stand up there.
For the national anthem.
Well, there they are, and they say, and I've already said it today, but winners are grinners, and they're all smiling. But
I think today we hear the first Indonesian anthem. I think yesterday we didn't hear any, is it?
I think that's right.
Yeah.
I think that's right. Of course, we have Mr. Hiroki Shiozu, the General Manager of Mobility Land from the Suzuka Circuit, presenting the trophies. It's a great complex here. Not only is there a racetrack, but there's that Mobility Land just across the other side of the circuit as well. So it's really good fun to come to Suzuka. We're very lucky to have him here, and we're very lucky to come to such a great circuit. Yeah, you were telling me just before that in Indonesia, I think it is, Thailand, they've only got left-hand circle tracks.
Yeah.
And
So,
in Indonesia, of course, they've got a lot of different circuits and things available for these guys to ride on, and Gupta Krishna is certainly a good young lad coming out of there.
yeah, I think Gupita Krishna is quite a long time underbone rider.
He's happy. He's happy today. Look at that. There they are. Just enjoying the moment, getting the photos done. The team's happy. They can celebrate for the rest of the day. They can kick back and
Relax.
Relax.
Watch the rest of the race.
yeah, they certainly can. Probably try and work their deals up to see what they're doing next test, whatever it is. But here we go. Here are the championships. After round 3, Helmi Asman still leads on 94 points as that Zaidi moves closer with 93 points. Wayu's in 3rd. Akitaziz in 4th position. Good result from Gupta Krishna, moves him right up the championship. Effendi Rosley in 6th, Sharil Amin in 7th, Amrul Arif in 8th, and Ahmed Fazl Sham in 9th. Hazik in 10th position on his Yamaha. In 11th is Adib Rosley. McKinley Cole Paz, who's not in this class anymore, is in 12th. Fakruzi in 13th, Ayman Azman in 14th. Akmal in 15th, Travis Hall takes 16th position. Pirapong in 17th, Ming Sang, who didn't start that one, in 18th, and Nguyen Tu Van rounds out the rest of the championship points. You can just see there a couple of points. But I'll tell you what, I think everybody deserves a little bit of a break. So go get yourself a drink and meet us after the break. We'll be back in a minute. Hello and welcome back to the Asia Road Racing Championships from Suzuka. We are live, of course. We've just watched the Underbone 150s race, and what a race that was. But it's time now to turn our attentions to, of course, the 250s, and they are coming up very, very soon. But before we do that, we are going to have a look at a little piece that we shot with Mi Wei Ling about. She took a couple of the riders over to the mobility land and let them play on the stuff over there on the equipment, and she spoke with some of the guys. So let's go to Wei Ling.
So welcome back to part 2 of our day at Motopia with the ARRC riders. We're going to take a look at what are the fun rides that the riders had the opportunity to try out here at the amusement park at Suzuka Circuit. Just completed an off-road test course, and now they're about to go for another speed course here at Suzuka Circuit Mobility Land. Let's go! Our day of fun at Motopia, and from all of us here at the Asia Road Racing Championship, we would like to say thank you, Suzuka Circuit.
Thank you, Suzuka Circuit.
Oh, it's not fair, is it? Wei Ling gets to have all the fun and we're stuck here, but really, really good to see those guys there. As you can see, the weather's a lot better than it was on Thursday, thankfully.
Heavy rain there, I think, on Thursday and Friday.
Absolutely, but the good news is that it is clear now, and we have got the AP 250s coming up. But before we get that race underway, we're going to have a recap of what happened yesterday, because there was a lot of action, wasn't there, in the AP 250s?
But let them see for themselves, the race, for the race one.
Of course, that lady there, Mikulata, is always fast. Super Mario, one to watch. Fujiwara had his fingers crossed for his man Fadley, but on pole, Reza Danica took off straight into the lead. There's Super Mario on the right-hand side, and Anupap Samoon was up there as well. And you can see Fadley there just got his nose cut off, but he was on the pace. We thought, when we looked at the qualifying times, someone runs off in the background there, that it was going to be that, of course, is the number 20 machine. We thought it was going to be a two-man race between Fadley and Reza Danica. The way that they'd qualified, they were so much faster than everyone else, but the group was able to catch them, and at one point Mikulata took the lead. Mikulata was on an absolute mission there too. It wasn't to last for long though, because Andy Muhammad was up there too. And Mario Surio, he wanted to get himself onto the podium, but he had to fight past that man Fadley on the Kawasaki. Fadley was giving it absolutely everything, but meanwhile, Reza Danica was in a class of his own. We had a crash there, of course. That's one of the Yamaha men from Thailand, I think, who went down. But Muklada was all over the back of Super Mario, and even on the last lap, dipping up the inside. But then this happened with the 2 laps to go. Fadley thought, right, I think I can get through there. And Apab Samoon is going, well, these guys are out of control. I'm just going to stay back and see what happens as they headed into the last lap. Everyone had figured out what they were going to do in the chicane. But to get there, Super Mario was in a good position. The problem was Reza Danica was way up the road at this point with plenty of room. Fadley made it move wide, and then, whoa, two of the riders went off. I think that was Muklada from memory. The Krichiporn went through, Fadley went down, and Anupab Samoon thought, thank you very much, and he was able to put himself onto the podium in second position, but that was only because Reza Danica Arens was that far up the road. Reza Danica, what a win. That makes 3 in a row now, and he has been fastest in every session this weekend. Fadley, nothing to do but put his hands in his helmet, and he was pretty disappointed with that. But there you go, the number 1, 2, 3 of Reza Danica. What a result for him.
Result yesterday race, and of course, definitely, Danica Riza won the race by a mile, maybe like a 4 second ahead.
It was incredible.
So yeah, I think today race we'll have to see what sort of other teams will do to get the machine and the rider to adapt to this and try to catch Danica Riza.
8 laps around this Suzuka circuit, and 5.2 kilometres long it is. Yeah, that gap was 5.2 seconds. Is there something that the teams can do though? I mean, it just seems to be, especially at the Suzuka circuit, in a class of his own.
But it's up to Danica Riza to win or lose the race for this race too. So he knows he have the time to race, to get the good time, and it's up to Danica Riza to either to do something stupid. So he knows that he's capable of winning the race for this race too. So everything is up to him now.
For a racer, he seems very calm. He seems, like...
He looks very cool, very relaxed, you know?
And under control, like probably more under control than, you would think a racer needs to be. Is that part of his secret?
Yeah, but he always looks like that, look cool. Yeah. You've seen him, right, yesterday when we were there talking to him?
I just want to run through those statistics again. He's been fastest in every session here this weekend. He's won the first race yesterday, on pole here today. It's going to be a hard man to catch. But 3 races in a row he's won now. Has anyone ever won 4 races in a row in this class before?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think the other one is Apiwat. I think Apiwat won the race, one of the Yamaha guys last time.
Okay.
I think 2 years ago.
So it's been a couple of years since we've had those sort of results. Of course, yesterday was a good result for Anupab Samoon, who moved himself up into second in the championship, with Super Mario Suryo Aji as well.
Yeah, I think we got to keep an eye on him
for
this race. Yeah, I think.
And definitely between those 2 guys, because they are now equal in the championship, both on 82 points.
10 points, yeah.
So there's a lot to play with those guys at the moment. And of course, Muklada, who probably could have picked up more points if she hadn't had that moment, is sitting in 4th position now with 62 points. So there's a bit of a gap back, but the man who seems to have a decent lead at the moment, Reza Danica Aren,
but talking about these riders, I'm talking about like Takahiro, Yamamoto. I mean, he's been very good in this class, but I don't know why here in Japan he's riding a Kawasaki, and he didn't really perform yesterday.
Krichiporn impressed me the way that he came through.
Krichiporn too yesterday, because I think that is Muklada's teammate.
Yeah, well, of course, Muklada, she's a class act. Makato Tamada is looking after her. We saw him this morning. He's here in the pits, and he's gone from being a superstar rider to looking after these young...
Muklada and Krichiporn.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, for a superstar, teaching them, and not only riding, I think also discipline and all this.
Absolutely, because there is more to it as well. Talking about discipline, Andy Mohammed Fadley yesterday was looking good all through the weekend. Qualified second, was more or less a second a lap quicker than everybody else. But it wasn't happening for him. He got into that last corner, lost the front.
Yeah.
But what we're going to do now is we're going to head down to the grid with Willing. She's going to catch up with our riders.
Okay, thank you, Steve and Meng Hing. I'm down here on the podium with Masato Fernando. So this is your first experience with the 250cc class here at Suzuka Circuit this weekend. How has the entire experience been for you and your team, Yamaha Philippines Racing?
This is my first time to race in Suzuka, Japan. I feel good. The race track is good, and I'm feeling excited to this race too.
So anything you want to say to your fans that are supporting you guys, because you are the only two Filipino riders in the ARRC this weekend?
Thank you for the Filipino fans, for all the people in the Philippines and my family. Thank you, and for Yamaha Philippines. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much and good luck for your second race. So back to Steve and Meng Heng in the studio.
Okay, there we go. It's good to be here and good to see Team Philippines here. And
I think both of them finished 22nd and 23rd yesterday in race 1. So looking at the result, yesterday's result.
Yeah.
So I hope they will finish higher today.
Yeah, no, it's going to be definitely sure. You can see, of course, all of the action down there on the grid, the crowd waiting, anticipated. That guy looks like he's going to fall asleep. He won't be sleeping in a minute, that's for sure. He hasn't seen this AP 250 race. When it starts to unfold, if it's anything like the race we had yesterday, it's going to be absolutely incredible. There's a massive field as well of these machines. We have at least, I think there's about
33 bikes, I think, on the grid.
33 bikes started, probably a couple of non-starters. We've had an injury, one of the Indonesian riders.
Rafiq Topan. Yeah, I think.
But what we're going to do now, we're going to head back down because one lady who we spoke about a lot was Muklada, and we're links with her now.
I'm back here on the grid in the front row with Muklada, who's starting from third. Muklada, of course, a disappointing last lap for you yesterday. How are you looking forward to a brand new race today?
มาเป็นไงที่ผิดหวังไปตอนรอบสุดท้าย
ค่ะสำหรับเมื่อวานรอบสุดท้ายก็ค่อนข้างที่จะตั้งใจค่ะแต่ว่ามันเหมือนเกิดข้อผิดพลาดนิดหน่อยก็ไม่เป็นไรก็นำประสบการณ์เมื่อวานมาใช้ในวันนี้ก็แน่นอนค่ะเต็มที่กว่าเมื่อวานเพราะว่าก็เป็นเลสสุดท้ายแล้วเราก็อยากจะขึ้นโพเดียมให้กับแฟนๆชาวไทยได้รับชมแล้วก็ได้ธงชาติไทยเห็นธงชาติไทยขึ้นโพเดียมค่ะ
Yesterday very disappointed for the last lap, but today he tried her best to be a winner. He wants the Thai anthem on the podium, so she tried her best today.
Thank you so much, Muklada, and good luck for your second race. So that's it for me from the grid. Back to Steve and Meng Hing in the studio.
Well, Muklada obviously very disappointed with that result yesterday, so it's a bit unfortunate for her.
Yeah, for her, yesterday she was hit by, I think by, I'm not sure who. She ran out of the spoon curve there.
Yes, she did, yeah.
Yeah, she did run out there. Then she came back, I think for this race, I think the mother must have told her that, take it easy, try to be a bit more disciplined.
Riza Danica, of course, from the Astra Honda racing team, what a result they've had. And I mean, there's the results. Have a look at that. 2 pole positions already, 4 podiums, 3 wins, and they've all been in a row. It's just incredible. 2 front row starts there as well. So this man is on an absolute mission. But Fadley looked like he was one of the only guys that could take it to him. He had a crash last time out. Andy Mohammed Fadley, of course, from the Manual Tech KYT racing team. His stats not quite as good at the moment, but he has got the pace, and that Kawasaki, brand new into the championship this year, is it's improving. It's improving with every outing.
I think he got 3rd in Australia.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Of course, Muklada, we just caught up with her a minute ago, 228.6 for her. She has already had one podium this year, and that was in Thailand at the start of the year.
She won the race there.
Yeah, so she will be looking forward to getting back on the podium. You saw how disappointed she was after the race. I think she felt she could win that one.
Yeah, definitely. You know, she knows that she knows that she can win, but anyway, she makes a small mistake, and that's it. There we can see Super Mario there.
Yeah.
Also, I think not a bad. I think got a couple of second and third.
Yeah, no, he's got definitely some good results. So he has, the young man, and another Astra Honda rider, Awin Sanjaya, of course, just 20 years old, 44 points he's gained in the championship so far, and he's definitely a guy capable of putting it on the podium. The number 222 machine, of course, of Ray, and he's from the 1XOXT KKR team, and be interesting to see what he does out there in the race. Of course, the crowd getting ready for this one. It's always an exciting race, this AP 250.
250, AP 250, it's going to be fun, and I'm not sure whether Danica Riza can do that race again from the yesterday one. What do you reckon?
It's going to be really difficult to see if he can. I mean, especially when a lot of the guys have had all night now.
Yeah, they knows that this guy can run away, so better hook onto him and just
Absolutely.
put a line on him, then try to just follow him.
Yeah, and apart from that, they also can, the amount of changes that they would have made to some of the other bikes. In a race situation, which they had yesterday, you can also see where he's stronger, which you can't necessarily see in practice. So it's Reza Danica Arenz threw it all on the table yesterday as they get ready to start their warm-up lap. It looks like we've got someone stalled at the back.
That's the TKKR team.
That didn't work out for him, did it?
It looks like Ray. I think it looks like Ray. Ronaldo, I think.
Well, let's hope that he's...
he'll start moving now.
Yeah, good. He's got a bit of ground to make up as they head off on that warm-up lap. And, tell me, who do you think can win this one?
Because if Danica Riza can have we go for the grid position.
We'll have a quick look. Reza Danica Arenz, of course, yesterday's winner, starts from pole. Andy Mohamed Fadli from second on the grid. Muklada is third. Super Mario starts row 2 with Amun Sanjaya in 5th position, and Ronaldo Ratucore in 6th position as well. Anupab Samoon, who made it onto the podium yesterday, in 7th. Takahiro Yamamoto, of course, he was the champion in 15, in 8th. And Kritchaporn, who we saw flying through on the final lap last time round. Row 4 is Angie Setawam, Akito Narita, Karul Ewan Ajis, Pirapong starts row 5, Hafiz in 14th, Kanatat Jaimin in 15th, Ferozi Yuta Kasai, and of course Richard Taraya in 18th position there. So it's a big grid full of riders. There's more than 20 though as it flicks over to row 7. Afiza Rofa, of course, in 20th is Ahmed Afif Amran, McKinley Carl Paz, who makes his debut in the class this weekend, Karen Ogura from Japan, a wild card, Suzuki Takashi, Masto Fernando is there, Kilung and Masahara Ono, Koto Sunatamori, a lot of Japanese wildcards debuting here this time out. Cal Vietnam starts row 10 with Daniel Siami from Malaysia as well. Anish Damodara Shetty and of course Setu Rajiv is there too. Mohammed Idul Fitri Mahadi rounds out this massive grid of AP 250 riders.
Yeah, like I say just now, Steve, I think if they want the other rider want to win the race, I think they have to get in front of Riza Danica, in front of him, the starting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if they want to win the race, and that's what they have to do.
Do you think there's anyone in the field capable?
I think, look at Fadli will have a big chance, and even Muklada, I think.
Yeah, I reckon I'm going to go with Fadli, so you're going to have to pick somebody else.
I think I'll pick Riza. I think Riza, I think, will be.
Oh no, you can't pick Reza Danica.
No, okay, I'll take Muklada.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. And the reason that I'm picking, I think they're two good choices, is because Fadli made that mistake on the chicane while he was in a good position yesterday, so he's going to want to make up for that. And of course, Maklada, she just wasn't happy. She was almost there, almost in a podium gaining position, but she made that mistake in the spoon curve too. So
Yeah, I think all of the team managers or even the instructor for all the riders, they must have told the riders that, you know, try to get in front of Riza, Danica, Aarons, you know. If you try to you know, don't, oh, then you can see Fujiwara and Tamada there.
yeah, two legends of the sport, of course. Two of the biggest names in motorsport standing side by side here at the Asia Road Racing Championship as we are about to go racing in the AP 250 class.
Yeah, we got to see the starting, Steve, how it goes, and I want to see where Riza, Danica is.
It's good to see all these legends come back into the sport too and lend a coaching hand to the young guys and girls. As we get ready, the last, there's Maklada making her way up on the grid, just making everybody wait that little bit, which is sometimes a bit of a, you know, when you make the guy in front wait,
Yeah.
you know, it puts them off edge. So probably a bit of a ploy on her part. The green flag is waved at the back of the grid. The red flag is now coming off, so we're in the starters' hands for this AP 250 race, which is about to get underway. The red lights are on now, and they're off, and Fadley got a good jump there, but it looks like Reza Danica Harenz takes the lead at the moment. But one thing we always know, it doesn't stay that way into turn one. It looks like Fadley up the inside. There's Anupap Samoon's up there too, 3 or 4 wide into the curve one here at Suzuka, and they're all through nice and safely into curve two, and it is Fadley who leads this one. But Danica Harenz up the inside, what a move!
Yeah, you can see Danica Riza, he knows that if he get in front, he will definitely, you know, blow them away. So now up to Fadli and Anupat Samoon to make it up to him now.
Well, this is the best start that we've seen from Anupap Samoon as well. I mean, it was, you know, he was way back in the pack yesterday, had to work his way forward, but a much better start from him gives him a good chance at staying with Reza at the moment.
Yeah, you can see Danica Riza is trying to put a gap between him and the second guy there.
As they head down under the bridge for the first time, and everyone just, I wouldn't want to say settling into the race, because this is the part of the race where you want to find your rhythm, and a great move up the inside there by Anupap as he moves himself into second.
You can see Maklada there ran wide just down the U-turn there, and I think she's now at 8 or 9 position, I think.
Yeah, he's a good job there. And I'll tell you who's doing a good job is Ronaldo Cristiano Ratu. Ratu is up there really good.
Yeah.
On the number 222 machine.
Category on a TKKR machine.
Yeah, really good to see. Right up there in the mix, of course, yesterday.
Yeah. He's 4th now.
Yeah, he finished 6th yesterday, so he's really got himself right up in the best part of this race at the moment, so good to see. So head on to that big back straight. We saw the slipstreaming effects possible on the 150 underbones. Not quite as much on these 250s because obviously they carry more speed, but there's still plenty of overtaking to be had. As they
looks like Ray, I think Ratu Gray is in front now. He's second.
But look at Reza Danica. Reza Danica's like
maybe half a second at the moment, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. He's definitely showing his heels to the rest of the field. As Ray takes that second position. Good result by him at the moment. Fadley's just back there, big slipstream there.
Look at Anupat, he lift the back up, his back.
Yeah, why do they do that?
I don't know, to break the wind, I think, the wind.
I think it
slipstreaming.
I think it is. There goes Fadley up the inside as well. He's good on the front end. You'd think, I mean, he lost the front yesterday, but he's had just the warm-up session this morning. Full trust back in the front end already, so not carrying any of the effects of the crash yesterday is Fadley on his KY.
Yeah, you can see Muklada now, she's right behind Anupat now.
Absolutely, and I mean, if Muklada has got the speed, she needs to get past if she's going to be able to catch up to Reza Danica.
But it looks like Reza Danica is just going away now.
Well, 1.5 seconds quicker on the first lap. It was an incredible.
Yeah, I think he's the only one doing 2:28. The rest are doing 2 minutes 30.
Well, the fastest ever lap around here, 2:28.1. On his first flying lap, he's done 2:28.4. That's pretty impressive by the young man. And like you say, there he is. Look at the gap now. It's probably
At least 2 seconds. I think.
I reckon more.
I think about 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, it's incredible. There's a good battle back in the field though, isn't there?
For second and third for the podium.
Absolutely. As they get in, look, everyone saying, "Get in my slipstream. We've got to work together."
I think it won't work, Steve.
No, not this time.
Senika Riza is already like maybe 3 seconds ahead now.
I know, it's incredible, isn't it? Just the
second lap.
speed. Good corner speed there, shown. And once again, I mean, the tyre rules here are slightly different to the other classes. These guys are all on the same production-based tyre, aren't they? All on the same tyres.
Yeah, all same tyres. They have no soft or hard.
Oh, was that McLaren again?
McLaren.
That's the second time she had that problem. She had that same slide yesterday in that same position. She must be just on the wrong lean angle at that point of the track, getting on just too much corner speed carried, loses it.
She's leading the pack now.
Yeah, didn't slow her down, did it?
Yep.
As she slips in through the R130 and down into the chicane, one of the favourite overtaking areas. But this man, he's got clear daylight.
Yeah, he's like cruising around the track, you know.
How does he do that?
See what sort of time he's doing now, you know, compared to the rest of the pack.
As they come over the line, Rezidanica is leading with 7 laps to go, 2:28.3. So that's a pretty impressive lap by him.
McLaren is doing 28 too.
Yeah, that's a good lap time by McLaren because she had to work her way through the pack. But Owen Sanjaya now takes over that second position, and Fadley is so good on the brakes, isn't he? He really does.
Really hard braking inside the corner there.
Yeah, it is a hard braking into turn 1 here at Suzuka too. You've got to really jab the brake lever to get in there, as opposed to this S section where you sort of like just breathe.
Yeah, more flowing. You don't even touch the front brake.
No, you just like wash speed off with the front tyre as you head through here. Number 96, Angie Setawan, good to see him up there as well. Ray's still in that group in the number 222 machine. Who else we got up there? We got Mario. Super Mario is
Look at the lines. How many lines there are? There are maybe 4 or 5 racing lines on that.
I know. It's absolutely incredible with the number 1 on it. Amin Sanjay is just leading that group at the moment in second position.
I mean, Sanjaya had a crash in Australia, I think race 1. And now he's back. I think they are aiming for the podium again.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like when you do have a crash, especially at that new circuit over there, it was there weren't too many people that had small crashes at the tail end bend, so a lot of guys carrying
a lot of
injury,
speed and all this.
Absolutely, yeah. Scoring speed and lean angle. There's Anapat just in the middle of that group. Oh. Look at
the gap.
Did you just see the way that the bike was moving around on entry there? The rear was sliding, the front was sliding. No wonder he's in a class act in a class of his own at the moment. Fadley now is in 4th on track or 3rd on screen.
Yeah, McLaren back in the second in the moment.
Yeah, but not going to stay that long. I reckon she's going to get eaten up.
Taking a big different line there. Oh, she's still leading, I think.
Well, no, she's been passed by a couple of guys, but of course McLeod's very light and small, isn't she? So she really is able to get down under the screen and get a good slipstream. Here we go. There's Fadley. He got it right this time. Bit of argy-bargy there. Everyone gets through. Good to see. They get tucked in down behind the screen to get maximum slipstream effect. Fadley loses a couple of places there. And it's Rezidanica with that.
6 seconds of lead now he got.
Do you know what? I mean, his first lap was a 2:28.4, second lap 2:28.3, third lap 2:28.2.
Yeah.
He's just getting closer and closer to that lap record.
Yeah, he's getting faster and faster, and the rest of the guys are doing 2 minutes 30, 29, I think.
Yeah, it's an incredible display of riding, isn't it? Critchy Pawn, of course, who we saw yesterday break his way through the pack.
Yeah.
He's the only other guy on the 229s, but he's on the.
You can see Takehiro Yamamoto riding the WeBike Kickstar racing there.
Now he's been in this championship before, hasn't he?
Yeah, I've been there. He's been I think 3 years ago. Yeah, he was champion I think 2000.
Well, it looks like things have come a long way in those years, because he's gone from being champion to, at the moment, to just hanging on to the back of the pack. definitely the competitiveness of this Asia Road Racing Championship is incredible, and it's just ramping up more and more, and we'll tell you more about that later on when we show you what's happening next year with one of our special features. But meantime, back on track, it's all Residanica up front. When
Krichipong is in front of the pack now.
Yeah, I think Krichiporn's in a good position at the moment. It took him the whole race yesterday to work his way forward.
Yeah, so now he's in front of his pack. So now three of them, Fadli, I think that is Ashwin and
McLarder's back.
McLarder is there.
Yeah, so McLarder back in the pack there.
Yep.
Angie Sathawan's in that group as well, just up behind Anupap Sawoon. Ferozi's there as well, but it's a massive second group, isn't it? The problem is they're about 6 seconds behind our leader.
Yeah, I think now they are going to break into two groups now.
And of course we've got...
you can see McLarder back there again.
Yeah, it's all come together again, hasn't it? Krichiporn, nice and smooth that time round as he heads through a little bit of rear movement as he gets on the gas. Tucked in behind the screen again, they're all heading down, still with a few laps to go. Not
4 more laps to go.
Yeah, I think this is, there's not much that Residanica can do. They're still in the 28s, everyone else in the 29s. Absolutely incredible race by him out front.
Oh
no!
Oh, no! Big high side.
Big!
McLarder and Krichipong.
Big crash.
I think that one.
Oh, let's hope McLarder's okay.
I think McLarder had a big high side.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Let's just keep an eye on that.
Both teammates, I think Krichipong and McLarder.
Yeah, well, we'll keep you up to date with that in a minute. But right now, the race is still going with 4 laps to go. Let's hope that both of those riders are okay and they can clear the track. But it's still Fadley at the moment up there. Of course, Residanica is leading with a country mile lead at the moment. Of course, there's the team. They're waiting to see what's happening from that incident. As they head back up, it's Fadley now with a little bit of a gap, and Tamada's just heading out to the pit wall. He's calling...
the mechanics and maybe told them that Krichipong and McLarder is out the race.
Yeah, I mean, both teammates going down. It's just unfortunate that it happens, but back to the race at the moment. Fadley is in a good position. Super Mario is still in there, and all they can do now is just wait and see what happens. But Residanica, look at the lead that Residanica has got there.
Now I think maybe 8 seconds.
Yeah, it's an incredible display by that young boy up front, and just how cool and calm he is incredible.
Oh, look at the bike. Look at McLarder's bike there.
Yeah, they're just trying to move McLarder's bike out of the way now. Let's have a look. Okay, so there's McLarder up the inside. Krichiporn hits the rear wheel, puts McLarder into a high side. That is massive. The bike catapults over and over, and luckily
the bike didn't hit her.
Absolutely. You know what?
She was so close there.
Yeah, I reckon both of those riders got lucky.
Yeah, I think I heard here. I think Krichipong is okay, but I'm not hearing anything about McLarder at the moment.
Well, as they head through with 3 laps to go, that just McLarder just hit the back wheel of Krichipong there.
Yeah.
It's part of this close racing, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like now 1, 2, 3.
We got another faller there.
I'm not sure who's that. Oh, that's the chicane.
Yeah.
I think that's the Philippine rider. I think one of the Philippine teams.
It's unfortunate. It looks like he's okay and up, which is good to see, but it's just the nature of this racing, isn't it? It just gets so hectic, especially when there's 3 laps to go. And surprise, surprise, Super Mario is back in a podium position at the moment.
Yeah, I heard that both the riders are okay, so both are
good.
standing up. I think that's good news.
Yeah, very good news. Good news for the riders and good news for the team as well. Tamada down there can be at least relieved about that. There's a couple of other runners there, of course. That's the number 81, that's Anish. running
India.
from India
Yeah.
back in the pack at the moment. So good to see Anish out there at the moment. 2:35 for him. It's good to have the Indians here. Of course, we're heading to India next time out as well, where we're looking forward to getting there after Suzuka. It's going to be a great track. It's always good racing there, that's for sure.
Yeah, in India.
So just if you're interested, August 3 to 5 is the next round of the championship in India. So keep an eye out for that date. Write it in your diary now. Back to the race. It's still Reza Danica out front.
Looks like Super Mario and Ashwin. I think they were trying to get 3 of them onto the podium. I think they are aiming for that. Looks like, I don't know, up to Fadli to how he want to stand on the podium now.
Well,
he's sandwiched between the two.
Yeah, I guess the thing at the moment is like out of this massive group of guys there, you've got 4 or 5 guys in that final group coming up with 2 laps to go in a minute. Only 2 of those guys are going to stand on the podium. So how do you play it? I mean, maybe if they watch the underbone race, you don't want to be leading at this point because you can go past, just as we see there. Amin Sanjaya moves through, but Fadli up the inside through the R130. This man's on a holiday.
Yeah, he's on holiday. He's still cruising at the moment.
Oh, here we go. Now things are starting to get serious. Here we go. Ray, of course, his machine a little bit out of control there on the number 222. There he is.
Ray Ratakore.
Yep, Ratakore. Great riding by him. Everything's starting to get that little bit loose. Super Mario makes his way up into second. Andy Fadli there in third. Anupab Samoon, he's always there or thereabouts, isn't he?
Keep an eye on him too.
Now, we saw what he did yesterday. He came through with on the last lap, and he's in exactly the right position to do that again. So keep an eye on the Yamaha man, back 4th position in that pack. He's in the perfect positioning as we go with 2 laps to go to be in a podium spot. They head up the hill again. Fadli, definitely no time to relax out there now, is there?
Yeah, definitely. But the most relaxed guys, I think, will be Danica Riza, Aaron's.
Well,
just cruising around now.
Absolutely, that was his slowest lap of the race. He dropped it into a 2:30 flat. Funnily though, everybody else is now in the 2:28s.
Yes.
So
you should have done that earlier.
My question is, why weren't you doing 2:28s earlier? Fadli, nice move there.
I think
Anwin Sanjaya was it?
Yeah,
just ran off the track there. It's easy to do there into the Degner curve. And Fadli and a Samoon. Oh, we've got another faller there.
It's one of the one for all team, I think.
Yeah, that's everything's okay.
Yeah, it looks okay. The rider's okay.
With 2 laps to go. Unfortunate, but that's how racing goes.
Yeah, Anupat Samoon is 3rd now.
Yep, good results for Anupab. If he can keep that, of course, he finished 2nd yesterday, and I think the best anybody can hope for in this group is to finish 2nd, unless there's some sort of mechanical problem with Reza Danica on the final lap, because he's just in another world. 7.6 seconds, he can probably ride the last lap in 1st gear and still beat these guys. Slipstreaming now down that back straight with 2 laps to go. If you've got anything left in the pot, it's now time to use it. Super Mario's in the middle of that group as well. Fadli there. Anupab's up there. Ray involved in that tussle as well.
Yeah, you can see Fadli come back.
Yeah,
breaking. Yeah.
Fadli likes that inside line there, doesn't he? He really does. And he seems to pull it off 9 times out of 10. It's just that
he did pull it up yesterday.
Yeah, let's hope that was his 8th time out of 10, and he's got one more good pass in the bag, because he's definitely going for it. But Anupab Samoon, it looks like he's getting a slipstream. You can see there the fist bumping as they head into the last lap, and Anupab Samoon is going to lead, but it's Super Mario
come back here
into curve 1 here at Suzuka. Nice move by Super Mario. We didn't talk too much about him, but you can always count on him to be there or thereabouts, especially on that last lap. Owen Sanjaya there as well. Ray in the background. There's a whole group of guys now. This could come down to anyone. 28.4 last time through, so fastest lap for him is a 28.4. But Super Mario, good lap. But, as they head up the hill for the final time now. Boy, how close are these guys? Fadley.
I think somebody ran out wide there as well.
Yeah, there was a few guys there running wide. That's left a bit of a gap. Was that Ray that's run wide? It looks
Yeah,
like
I
there's a
think Ray
back of three.
ran wide there as well.
As they head down now, Super Mario's got it tapped out. Anna Pab's at the back of that group now. There's a bike or two lengths as they head up the hill. There's dust in the background there. Did you see that? Not sure if they all made it through that one. But Anupap Samooni looks up the inside of Fadley. He can't do it. Fadley's strong on the brakes. But he runs a little bit wide and a bit of movement there. That gives the man in front there just a bit of a gap. Look at that. Super Mario
have a small gap from Fadley there.
Yeah, Fadley had a bit of a slide, but he's made it all up through the chicane. Fadley's very quick through there.
Yeah, I think now we're going to start the race now.
Yeah, I think so. But what do you say about this man? I mean, it's an incredible display. He's still 8.9 seconds in front. He's still pulling out over the rest of the field. It's an incredible...
Yeah, so we need to concentrate on this group now.
Absolutely. This is the battle for second, and one thing we do know is that 15 into 2 doesn't go very well. It gets a bit messy, and we saw that yesterday at the final chicane, and you can be expecting it this time round.
Yeah, I can see Anupat there. Go ahead of Fadley.
Super Mario's got to be a bit worried at the moment. Touching there. There's some touching, and of course that looks like the number 92 machine coming to Akito Narita is making his way forward. But it's all Reza Danica. But let's keep an eye on this last chicane. Fadley up the inside. Is Fadley got... No, he made it through. Oh, what a race.
Yeah.
What a race. But it's all Reza Danica. But over the line in second, it looks like it's going to be Super Mario with Fadley in third. I don't know how Fadley made it through that gap. What a race.
He did the same thing like yesterday, but he managed to get it.
Yeah, he used that's 9 out of 10 now. So incredible stuff. And also Amada fifth in fourth position. So what an incredible race.
Yeah, we didn't talk about this guy in bike number 50, Ahmad Afif Amran.
What?
He came up from nowhere. Now he's in fourth.
That is an incredible display by Ahmad Afif. What to say about him? I mean, yesterday he finished in 20th position.
Yeah, so today he's fourth. We didn't see that coming.
His team's definitely going to be pretty happy, aren't they? So, no, an incredible display by the man who finished in fourth position, of course, from Malaysia, and a big shout out to his CKJ Yamaha racing team. Let's have a quick look at this replay. Look at Fadley on the inside there, trying to nip up and he does it too. What a display of riding. Not much room left there for one of the riders who has to run wide, but Fadley gets the job done, and then it's just a matter of slipstreaming to the line. Everybody tucked in. Anupap Samoon's in there too. Akito Narita and also Ahmad Afif. What a fourth position.
Ahmad Afif from 8th, the last corner there. Some of them went wide going to the grass, then he just get the line correct and just move away.
Well, that's exactly the way to do it, and a good job by the Malaysian there to finish in fourth. But Reza Danica, I just don't know what to say.
Yeah, 8.6 seconds.
Yeah,
there you go.
Young Indonesian. There are your results, of course. Reza Danica wins this one with Super Mario in second. Andy Mohammed Fadley takes third on the Kawasaki. Ahmed Afif in fourth. Akito Narita, the Japanese wild card, in fifth. Anupap Samoon, a good job by him. Pirapong, we didn't talk about him too much either. Takahito Yamamoto, last year's the champion of 2:15 in 11th. Angie Setawan. Kanatatsa Jaimin in 13th. Karul in 14th. Hafiza Rofa in 15th, Hafiz in 16th, Kota Sunatamori, another Japanese, Karen Ogura, the female as well, she's up there too. Daniel Sayami in 21st, Chao King Lung in 22nd, McKinley Cole Paz having a rough weekend. Rajiv is there in 24th, Anish in 25th, Mohammed Idil Fitri in 26th, Yuta Kasai there, and the rest of the field rounding out as well. So that massive field. It was what a race.
Good race. But except for Danica Riza, have his own race there. He was racing alone.
Yeah, I just don't know what to say about that young star. I mean, what's his story?
Yeah, I mean, very seldom you see people on the 250 leading so far.
Now, as you can see on the screen, there's going to be an investigation there.
I think it's between Fadley and maybe Anupat.
Yeah. There's one of the fallers as well, of course. That is the number 17 machine, one of the Philippine Yamahas.
I think that's the Philippine bike, I think.
Yeah, that's Masato Fernando from the Philippines. So, unfortunately for him, He is didn't finish this one, bike being picked up, but we need to wait to find out because we're not sure if this man, Fadley, for now, they can all be happy, can't they? Look at that, Fujiwara.
Definitely we can see on the screen there is result under investigation. I think it's between Hanupat and maybe Fadli there.
Yeah.
The elbow, they're pushing.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what it was, wasn't the
I
final?
think so, yeah. That's on the back straight.
Okay. Yeah, of course, you're not allowed to ride on sportsman like, so we'll just have to wait and see and wait for final clarification. But one thing we do know is that man there, Reza Danica Renz, is the winner, and that is undisputed. What an incredible result by him. So it's going to be interesting to see what he's got to say, and if we can see a smile on his face for the first time.
Yes, definitely, you can see the smile there.
Yeah. I mean, Fadley, he rode hard there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did the same tactic like yesterday, take the same line exactly like yesterday, but he managed to pull it.
Super Mario, that's a couple of podiums in a row for him. He got a podium in Adelaide as well. There's another one of the bikes. That's Critchiporn's bike.
And Muklada's bike.
Yeah, that's a sad weekend for those guys. Good to know that that both of the riders are okay. So just have to wait and see what the go is there. But those two bikes, look at Muklada's bike there. Look at the rear wheel. It's it's destroyed, isn't it? Looks like the exhaust pipe is okay, but yeah, anyway, we're just going to have to wait and see. They'll make it back, and hopefully we can find out some more information on those guys. But for now, Wheeling's down with our winners, so we'll head down to you, Wheeling.
I'm down here at Park Ferme with today's third place finisher, Andy Muhammad Fadli. So Fadli, of course, you redeemed yourself from yesterday's race one.
Yeah, in the race one, very, very difficult race for me, but I try push myself until the limit, and finally I did third position. So I want thanks to my team for the hard working, and thanks to my all family to support me, and thanks also to the Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, my God, and I'm very happy for the third position. Thank you.
Okay, congratulations, Fadli, and coming in second place today, picking up another podium finish is Mario Shurio Aji. Mario, another tough one for you today, but once again you picked up double podiums here at Suzuka Circuit.
Alhamdulillah, I want to say thank you to Allah, my family and my team for support me. This race is more difficult than yesterday, very tough. Last two laps I'm still in 5 or 6 position, and last lap I try to make a gap in back, so I can do that. So thank you.
Okay, congratulations, Mario. And today's race winner, extending his winning streak in the Asia Production 250cc class, is Reza Danica Aaron. So 4 wins in a row now, Reza, for you in the championship.
Yeah, first I say thanks God, thanks to my family, also my team, Astra Honda Racing Team, and all sponsor. Today it was good race for me after yesterday victory, and today again. Thanks to mechanic, give me best setting, best advice, everything. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Reza. And before we head towards the podium, we have a special message from Astra Honda Racing. We'd like to pass on a message to everyone.
Oke, semalam kami dapat kabar bahwa sahabat kita, rekan kita yang tercinta dunia otomotif Indonesia kehilangan saudara Beni Jati Utomo. Ya, semoga beliau damai di surga. Ya.
Thank you so much, Anggono, and stay tuned for the podium ceremony.
Yeah, so...
yeah, then just Angrono there was talking about Benny Di Jato. Yeah, he was talking about Agrono was talking about one of the team manager last time we used to race together. Benny Dijato, who passed away yesterday. So all the team feel very sad for him. So we hope that he rests in peace.
Well, all of our thoughts go out
to the family,
and to everybody that knew him. So it's always very sad, but it's good to see the respect that he had in the paddock and around the world, not just there but around the world. Let's have a quick look at the highlights of the AP 250 race, the Asia Production 250 race. It all looked pretty calm and cool at this point, but then Reza Danica Arens took off from the front. Fadley went with him at the start and tried his hardest to do everything that he could. He nipped up the inside there, heading into turn one, but Reza thought the better of it and stuck there. Anupab Samoon had the best start that he's had in the weekend. So did Ray up there in fourth position. A good result by him. Number 123 was there as well, of course, doing the best job that they could and led the pack there for a while. That was, of course, Reza Danica Arens making that number proud. And after one lap, he had a gap of 2 seconds. Anupab was in a podium position, but Fadley dived up the inside and knew that he had to do whatever he could. But as the laps wore on, the man out front just did everything he could. Look at how close it was through the chicane. It wasn't like that just on the last lap. It was like that every lap. Muklada there up the inside. Then Critchy Pawn caught the back wheel. Muklada went flying through the air. Oh my goodness, that is a big crash. And luckily, everyone's okay. But the team, you can see them sitting there not that happy. Their fingers crossed for the riders. Tamada went and told the crew to come back into the box. That was halfway through the race. The action was still thick and fast out on track, and there was an array of different riders making their way forward. Ahmed Afif was up there too. We had a faller with 2 laps to go, but as with 2 laps to go, it was Reza Danica way out in front with Super Mario leading as best as he could. There's the number 500 machine. Anupab Samoon was looking to get onto the podium if he could, but there was a whole group of people that were trying to do their best to do it. Fadley was there as well, digging into it, slipstreaming down. Super Mario though with a great move. Keep an eye though on number 50 in the pack. He makes his way up through as we head into that final curve, and what a pass there by Fadley. Bikes were thick and fast and flying everywhere as they flew over the line, but it was Reza Danica Arens who wins for the 4th time in a row, with Super Mario taking second and Andy Mohammed Fadley in 3rd position. A good day for him after yesterday's disappointment. But Afif in 4th on the number 50 machine, probably one of the happiest guys in the pack. And you can see at the moment the race result is still under investigation. We're going to have to let the FIM sort that out. You can see there, look at that. There is Team Kawasaki. There's always a party around when Fujiwara's involved. So let's hope that the results stand, because it looked like a pretty fair race to me. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it looked a very fair race to me. Yeah.
And today's best team award goes to Astra Honda Racing Team.
And you can just see there the riders heading up onto the podium, taking their spots. Can you see a smile on Reza Danica's face?
He looks the same. He doesn't. I mean, like, he always smiles. Okay,
let's pause for the national anthem. And there we have it, as the guys celebrate on the podium there. It's an all-Indonesian podium. We've had a lot of firsts lately. There's been Indonesians on the podium plenty of times in the past, but it's a good result for the country. And I'm sure there's lots of people celebrating back there at the moment.
Yeah, for sure, Indonesia will be very happy with the Indonesian podium here for 3 of them from Indonesia. But they still have 2 Astra Honda on the podium, so I think they must be very happy with the whole team.
Well, Astra Honda, you know, they're always very, very strong in all of the classes, and especially this Asia Production 250 class, a good job. Of course, the trophy's being presented today by Teji Okamoto, the Deputy Managing Director of Idemitsu Lube Asia Pacific. So we've got all the top level guys here this weekend, and of course the Astra Honda win the team award as well. They've been winning a few of those, haven't they?
Getting quite a lot of them actually.
Yeah, and there is your podium, of course. So Riza Danica Harens, Super Mario Suryo Aji, and Andy Mohamed Fadli. So they head up there now to get that all-important photo. It's always good to have a photo like that when you get older, isn't it, Meng Heng?
Get the team award trophy. You know, you don't have to race, get the trophy too.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the AP250 guys can also relax now and get ready for the big race coming up.
The big boys coming in now soon.
Just getting them in position for the photo. I reckon that Reza there's got his eye on the trophy. But talking of trophies, let's just have a quick look at the championship standings. Reza Danica Renz takes first position at the moment with 123 points. Super Mario in second. Anupab Samoon is in third position. Muklada maintains fourth. Andy Mohamed Fadli in fifth position. Owen Sanjaya in sixth. Pirapong in seventh. Rafid Topan Supito in eighth. Ahmed Afif Amran, who had a good run that time out, in ninth. Krichiporn in 10th position, so that was not as good a race for him today as he had yesterday. Angie Setawan in 11th. Kanatat Jaiman in 12th. Ferozi in 13th position. Richard Taraya and Ray in 15th. Akito Narita, who had a good run that time out, has Fizz in 17th. Takahiro Yamamoto, the champion, from 15 in 18th. Karul in 19th, and Hafisa in 20th position from Malaysia. So that is the top 20 in the championship there. So time to have a bit of a break. Sit down, relax, go get a drink, and we will be back after this commercial break. Well, welcome back to all the action, and if you just saw that clip that was played, you'll see that there's going to be plenty of action next year when it was announced last night that the Asia Road Racing Championships is introducing the new 1000cc superbike class. And Meng Heng, I mean, what an exciting announcement.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting for all the team for next year 1000. So I think they're gonna start from zero. So everybody, all the team gonna start from zero and slowly to build up and see what sort of rider that can handle this 1000cc.
Absolutely. The thing I love about this championship and the way they do things is they do it properly, though. I mean, it would have been easy to bring in the 1000cc class when the championship wasn't really ready for it, quite a few years ago. But the time is right now, and Suzuka Circuit here in Japan, there's not a better place than that to make an announcement.
The 1000cc,
They're like that. I mean, I can't wait to see the grids. I know that there's already a lot of manufacturers talking about it. Dunlop are definitely on board and looking forward to it. But before we talk about that next year, we've got something very important to take care of this year, and it's the 600 Supersport Race 2 here at Suzuka Circuit, the Supersports. But before we do that, I want to show you what it's like to do a lap around this circuit with Yuki Ito, who kindly put an onboard camera on, and let's take a look at the footage right now. As you head down the main straight here at Suzuka Circuit, you're about fourth or fifth gear, back a couple of gears, hard braking into turn one, clip the apex, and then it's wide out to the other side of the circuit. You've got to late apex curve 2 here, and this is one of my favourite parts, and I know you like this bit of the circuit, Meng Heng. Fast on the left, you just drift the front and push the front through here. Quick flick of direction to the right, but it's not over yet because you get no rest because it's another flick to the left, and then it's easy to get this mixed up because it's not over yet. Flick over to the right again, and now this is where you can get on the gas hard for a little bit, then up the blind hill. Look at how blind this circuit is. This corner goes on forever and ever and ever and ever. There's a couple of different lines about it, and the rear end really starts to get floaty here. As you head into the Degner downhill right-hander, it's a blind entry once again. Bang, you've got to hit that hard and use all of the circuit. Once again, as you head up, over the bridge, under the bridge you go, and if you get a good drive out of there like Yuki Ito did, you get to be able to pass some guys. Hard braking now into the hairpin. This is one of the tightest corners on the track, and doesn't give you much rest though, because it's very hard to get on the gas out of there, and then you brake hard into the blind new chicane. It's very difficult to get the right line through here, but you have to use all the track and all the ripple strip to get it right. Once again, you can see how blind it is here, but it's flat out as you head into the most iconic corner on this circuit, the spoon curve. You enter and clip the apex on the inside, drift to the outside of the track, and then as you get onto that back straight there, you really got to wind it on. We saw Muklada, every time she got on the gas there, she was losing the rear end. That's the sort of power and commitment you need to get this Suzuka circuit right. The straight, not that straight, and it's still a very, very physical circuit to ride. But then, once again, it's hard on the brakes, good overtaking into this fast left-hander. Plenty of people have crashed over there on the right, but if you make it through there, it's not over, because there's 2 corners to go of this 18-cornered circuit. This chicane, look how tight it is through here. It's very, very tight. If you get through here and you're leading, there's a good chance that you'll be over the line in first position, and if you get it all right, which is not easy, perhaps you might be the guy that gets pole position. So that is an onboard lap with Yuki Ito, a man that knows his way around this circuit. And there you go. That's a track.
I was looking at the ref counter there just now. They're pulling like 16,000 ref there. 16,000 ref.
Okay. Yeah. So absolutely right. But no, it was really, really good to see. It's a fabulous track. But we are going to go down to Wei Ling, and she's with Andy Farrett, who had a big crash yesterday. So as soon as Wei Ling is ready, we'll head down to her.
Thank you, Steve and Meng Heng. I'm down here on the Supersport 600 grid, of course, with Andy Farid Isiha. So Andy, before we start race 2, of course, to everyone who saw your crash yesterday, there were many concerned fans and also viewers. So maybe you could give us a quick update on your condition right now.
Yeah, yesterday crash was a big high side, but from yesterday also I already feel good, no problem. And when I wake up in the morning, just a little bit, but now I'm fit and I'm ready for the race.
So how about your bike? Is it 100% in good condition as well?
Yes, we already prepare all and now like normal.
So I also know that you want to add something regarding the passing of Pak Benny.
Ya, turut berduka cita, Indonesia, oke. Turut berduka cita yang sedalam-dalamnya. Apa? Pak Benny adalah sosok orang yang sangat berjasa juga dalam karir balap saya, dan saya turut berduka cita sedalam-dalamnya untuk keluarga, dan insya Allah nanti pulang ke Indonesia saya akan datang ke keluarganya. Terima kasih.
Thank you so much, Andy. Good luck for your second race.
Yeah, once again, the respect that the paddock's got for that man is great to see, and it's a heartfelt day here in the paddock. But I'm sure that he would want the race to go on.
Yeah, definitely, he still want the race to go on. Benny has been with Asia Racing long time ago, so everybody have felt that his presence here is, so after his passing away, and then very emotional. Some of the people we've seen very emotional. So, wow.
Right. Well, let's head back down to Wheeling, who's with another rider.
Okay, thank you, Steve and Martin. Koyama, yesterday we saw many of the Honda riders, including all the riders from Bunshu Honda, use soft rear tire. Are you making any strategy changes today for your tire?
Today also I chose soft tire, but soft tire yesterday was no problem. The constant working. Then today also, yes, I chose soft tire.
Okay, thank you so much, Koyama. Good luck for your second race.
That's an interesting choice there.
Yeah, I think he's using hard compound now?
No, soft.
Soft still, okay.
But yeah, he decided that...
he was pulling the nose hair there.
Yesterday he used a soft tyre, and everybody else used a hard, but going with soft again, so that wasn't the issue that he had. So interesting to see that he's decided to...
Yeah, he's still using the soft. I think it works for them, I think.
Yeah. Kawasaki, of course, prominent in the class here. And I think we've got Wheeling ready now with another rider in the paddock. So we'll head back down onto the grid. Wheeling.
Okay, thank you, Steve and Meng Heng, back here on the grid with Kimi Kubo. So Kubo, not too bad performance yesterday, but of course I know you want to get on the podium of the Super Sport 600cc here in race 2.
Yes, I need to get a podium in the race 2. If race 1 we have something problem in the bike, but this morning we fix it. And I think I can do to go a podium. Please cheer up. Thank you.
Anything you want to add in Thai?
ก็สำหรับเพื่อนๆชาวไทยที่ติดตามดูอยู่นะครับก็ผมก็เป็นนักแข่งไทยคนหนึ่งนะครับก็อยากจะให้ฝากติดตามฝากเชียร์ด้วยนะครับก็จะทำให้เต็มที่ครับเราจะคว้าโพเดียมแล้วเอาธงไทยขึ้นไปโบกสะบัดให้ได้ครับขอบคุณครับ
Thank you so much, Kubo, and good luck for your second race.
It's definitely going to be a good race, and of course Kenneth Kubo, he had a good result yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday he was 6th. I think he was like half a second, in front.
Yeah, so it's definitely interesting to see, but I know that you've got some information from Dunlop on the tyres.
I think the tyres, are still Zakwan and Tomoyoshi Koyama, Tiger Hada and Azroy, all of them still using soft rear.
Really?
Yeah, but I think it doesn't bother them. I think the lap times didn't make any difference, so I think they will still continue using the soft one.
Yeah, that is. It's funny, isn't it? How some of the guys were saying yesterday that the soft tyre was working for them as good as the hard, and the hard wouldn't work. So it was interesting. But let's just head back down to Wei Ling. She was with Joseph Francis.
Thank you, Steve and Ming Heng. Back on the grid here with Joe Francis. Of course, your first experience racing here at Suzuka Circuit. How has the progress been for you?
It's been good. We've progressed out throughout the whole weekend. It's a lot harder track than what I thought it would be to learn, and we just learned every session. And unfortunately, a couple of problems yesterday meant we had to pull in, and a couple of problems this morning. But hopefully, we found the problem now, and we can push to try and move forward.
So of course, every rider in the world always dreamed about racing here at the iconic Suzuka Circuit. What are your thoughts after experiencing racing here?
I love it. It's really, really good track. Very fast track, and yeah, it was a dream as always. You play it on the PlayStation at home, and now we're here on the grid. So now I'm really looking forward to the race and just see what happens.
All right, thank you so much, Joe, and good luck for your second race.
There were no PlayStations when you were riding, were there, Meng Heng?
Yeah, and of course, Joseph Francis, I think he broke an engine yesterday in the race, so hopefully everything is set up for the bike for the race too.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate. And then he had also some sort of problem in the morning warm-up as well. Let's hope that they've got it all sorted for him.
Yeah, hopefully I'll sort it out for him, so we'll see how the race will go afterwards.
Now, I know that you've spent a lot of time with Aslan Shah Kamaruzman throughout his career.
Yeah.
Any words of advice to him, or have you spoken to him since
I spoke
yesterday?
to him this morning. I telling him, he's now getting, he's using more thinking rider now instead of using the guts. So I think he have improved a lot, since the last 2 or 3 years. So we'll see how it goes, and definitely he's the one to watch out, to win this race again.
Yeah, definitely. And we know that he is on a hard compound rear tyre as well. He was one of the guys that when he put the soft compound rear tyre on, he didn't go any faster.
Yeah. He's so used to the hard compound, then suddenly you put soft, so he feel uneasy. And you can see Ratapong there had a crash yesterday in the race. So no, not in the race.
No, in the warm-up.
In the warm-up this morning. So.
No, he ended up 8th in the race yesterday, but he did have a big crash.
Big crash this morning
in the warm-up. Of course, there's your number 21 machine.
Zakwan Zaidi there.
Yeah. So what's he got on the rear? I think is he one of the
guys?
He
got a soft rear. I think he put on a soft rear tyres, the Dunlop soft there.
Yeah. So of course, Zaidi in the race yesterday was in 5th position. So he'll be hoping to make his way forward from that. Of course, riding Musashi machine, the Bunsu Honda. Yukito, he was involved in a bit of a battle yesterday too, wasn't he? For the leading places, him and Anthony West.
All of them very close. I'm looking at the yesterday result. I think 6 of them finished in half a second.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the closest races that we've had in the 600.
Yes.
So very, very interesting to see. There's Kenneth Kubo, of course. We caught up with him just before. He wants to add, I would say, to the stats there, some wins and some front rows and pole positions by the end of the year. Number 57, Kosuke Ukada, Kawasaki, Army Girl Team, MF and Kawasaki, is making a good ride there. Nice colour scheme on the helmet too.
Yes, I think that's the wild cut, I think.
Yeah, I think he's a
wild cut here in Japan now.
You can see now there's Ron Hogg and also Marcus Kyoto, Australian Superbot rider here this weekend.
Yeah, many Australian people here.
Well, there's Byron Draper as well from Olands.
Yeah.
He's here doing the suspension service. But all the the thing about this championship is that all of the top guys from all over the world, I mean, Byron, as an example from Olands, isn't just some guy who's worked from Olands in Australia. He is Olands, Sweden. He lived in Sweden for 10 years, worked in World Superbike, won many World Championships with Troy Bayliss, and now he's here fettling the suspension.
Services for all the teams here.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But it's just the level of this championship now.
Very competitive now compared to last time. I mean, it's still competitive last time, but it's more competitive now.
The green flag goes out.
I think somebody stopped the starting grid there.
Yeah, that's.
I think looks like Kevin Kubo just now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think he managed to start the bike again. I think.
As we run through the grid, we've got Aslan Shah in pole position. Willarot, who wants to have a better race this time round, in second. Zaidi in third. Yuki Ito starts from fourth, and Kenneth Kubo in fifth. Koyasuke Okada in sixth. Anthony West, last year's champion, in seventh. Udistra, who got on the podium yesterday, in eighth. Dutcher Kreisart in ninth. And he's still got that wrist injury, hasn't he? So Dutcher Kreisart starts from that ninth position on the grid, rounding out row 3. And then we will head to row 4 in a minute. Andy Farid Izadar in 10th position, Kazuki Kurihara in 11th. Tomoyoshi Koyama starts from 12th. Minamoto from 13th, Joseph Francis, who we caught up with on the grid, from 14th, Tiger Harder 15th. We would like to see some more from him this time round. Hakeem starts row 6, Bramden Rosalie from 17th position, and Amrul Hafik in 19th, Mukir in 20th, Pasavit in 21st, Ibrahim Noruddin in 22nd, and of course from Australia, Patrick Lee rounds out the field, so hopefully he'll get some good results. Yeah, I reckon that was the number 64 machine that stalled on the grid of Kenneth Kubo.
Yeah, I think hopefully he continue. I think.
Yeah, I just saw him.
He
He was near the back of the field, so definitely not the ideal way to start your warm-up lap, is it?
So I think let's talk about Zakwan. He's having a soft rear tires. So I think if I'm Zakwan, I definitely want to push 110% the first, maybe the 2 laps. Because you got the softer compound, so the grip is there compared to the hard tires.
What about the temperature?
The temperature on the track is, I think, is 49 degrees at the moment.
Yeah.
So track temperature, but I think this should be able to use the soft compound if you to manage the tires.
I guess that's the thing, isn't it? Like with these Dunlop tyres, I think that if the track temperature is a little bit one way, the hard is going to work good, and if it's a little bit the other way, I think the soft will work.
The softer will work, yes.
So it's going to be interesting to see. You can just see, I think that's Aslan Shah there, just doing a few nose wheelies, warming the brakes up. Pensive crew, as always, looking on, just making sure that it's their rider makes it round. There's Kenneth Kubo and Yuki Ito, of course, there too. And Tomoyoshi Koyama starting back down the field a little bit in 11th position. What about Rathbone Willarot after that crash in the warm-up? We'll talk about him in a minute because we're about to get underway. Fujiwara there, keeping a pensive eye out. He's after another one too. The green flag is waved, means everybody's in position. The red flag is out. We are now in the starter's hands. As the red light comes on and we are ready to start round 2 of race 2 of the weekend here for the 600 Super Sports, and they are underway, and it's Aslan Shah.
had a good start again.
That was another cracking start by him. Unbelievable. He did it yesterday too, and he's off into the lead now. Of course, it's a much longer race than the other classes here. 13 laps around, so you do have to look after your tyres.
Yeah, you do have to look it out, because Aslan told me this morning that he have to ride consistently, but not to try to tear up the tires, because they have 13 laps there. So he gotta slowly and make his way and do the consistent time. See what sort of time that the boys do.
Zaidi's in second position at the moment. He has got that soft tyre on, and he is doing exactly what you said he needed to do. He's really hard on the gas. And,
you really got to push hard. Even if I'm Zakwan, I will try to overtake Aslan and take the lead and do a fast time.
Just saw the Japanese Tomoyoshi Koyama go through there too. He's made a couple of places forward, and Ratapong Willarot as well in third position at the moment on his Yamaha. He's been in the championship for a while, but he had that crash this morning. That's got to be playing on his mind. Warm-up didn't work out well for him. Yuki Ito's back in the pack a bit too. He didn't get the start that he needed. He's got a lot of work to do, and we haven't even seen Anthony West yet.
Anthony West.
He's nowhere to be seen at the moment.
I don't see Anthony West at the moment.
No, he's somewhere down the pack. Perhaps there he is there, actually. He's got the green helmet with the yellow wheels.
Fifth.
Oh, we've got a faller.
I think that is Patrick.
Number 29.
Patrick Lee. Yeah, I think that's Patrick Lee.
So, wow, sliding already there. So we're just going to have to wait and make sure that rider is, Patrick Lee is okay there. Like he was... had the safety team attending to him, so back to the race. It's Aslan Shah out front at the moment with Rathapong up there as well. Zaidi's still sitting in second position as they come into the hairpin for the first time, and it's number 76.
Yuki Ito there second now.
Where did he come from? He was way back.
Well, he was third there just now. He was third following Duncan Zaidi there.
Yeah, okay, so he made his way past.
Yeah, made his way.
Yeah, what's he got on the rear, Yuki Ito?
Yuki Ito having, I think he's at hard rear.
So he's got a hard rear on?
Yeah, I think same as Aslan.
Yeah, so you've got to think that Zaidi now is probably starting to worry already. Again, same as yesterday.
He needs to make a move now. If not, I think it's going to be the same race like yesterday again.
Yeah, I'm not sure that that he's got it in the tank. I don't know. I mean, like you would think that with that soft tyre, that you would use that up in the first laps, especially from the start line. Anthony West making his
red
way.
flag. I think that's a red flag. Red flag going on. I think because of the crash of maybe I'm not sure, maybe Patrick Lee.
Yeah, it could be red flag at the moment. So we'll just have to wait and see. There's Patrick's bike. They're just
I think the rider is okay. I think they maybe have something on the track. That's why they oil on the track or something.
Yeah, well, the one thing that we do know is that if the crash happens any between turns 7 to 17, and there's something on the track, they need to red flag the race. And it looks like they've done that at this stage, just to clear the debris off.
Not the debris only. I think it's because I think there will be some oil spill on the track.
Okay.
That's why they have to red flag the thing, for the safety of the other riders.
Okay. Yeah, of course, tyres and oil don't work too well together, do they? So my question is, will these guys, if they come back in and they clean up the debris and that, will they come back into the pits now or back onto the grid and do a fast start?
They will go back to the pits. They will go back to the pits and they will wait for the opening of the exit. If they do a quick start, they're gonna have 1 minute before, 1 minute to go out.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, then they have a quick start. Then they only allow one mechanic on the starting grid.
Yeah, so it'll be a quick start procedure. And what is it, let's just say there is some oil on the circuit, what is it that they have to do to the track to get it?
Okay, I think this side will be the safety officer, FIM safety officer will be like Dian Dilato.
Yep.
He will go around the track and have a look at the track and see how the surface is there any oil or anything, so they try to clean it up and make sure that the thing got no oil on the track. So after that they will continue racing.
Okay, so the original scheduled race for 13 laps, we'll have to wait and see, because I guess that's the other decisions that need to be made now. They need to...
Yeah, they got to cut down the laps. So instead of 13, I think it depends on how many laps they finish. Maybe I think they will cut maybe 1 or 2 laps, and like say for instance they have done 12 laps, or they're going to follow the new one, they're going to cut another 2 laps race, so maybe 11 lap race.
Yeah, so we will have to wait and see, but that is the word that could be coming back in at the moment. So short races around here. I wonder if that means that some of these guys, now that the race has been shortened by a couple of laps,
2 laps,
would they consider running a soft tyre?
Up to the team, but you can't put the bike inside the box. You see, the bike must be outside of the box.
Do you reckon that there'll be anyone that makes a mistake and pushes it in, or are they all, they'll know the rules?
But you can still do changes on the thing, on the bike. If let's say they continue as a new race,
And yeah, you can just see there. There's Patrick Lee's bike. Not sure what happened there. Not too sure what happened there. It was pretty amazing that they've been able to get that bike out of the way.
Yeah. Oh, I think the bike got burned. I think you can see it. I think.
Yeah, it's definitely covered. It's definitely covered in dust. It doesn't look like any oil or anything like that. There's Aslan Shah. He's obviously having a look at the proceedings as well as he sits in his pit box there. Fujiwara. What would Fujiwara be saying to him now?
I think just tell him to make sure that you go back to that place where the crash is. Make sure that you can see anything there. Make sure that you try to avoid whatever it is. Definitely, if let's say you have oil on the track, they will put some like a powder.
Yeah.
Like an indicator to show that there's oil spill on the track.
I mean, I know back in the day they used to use like cement dust for
but
that.
now here in Japan, I think they got a powder to clean up the
proper
one.
design
so
powder.
it really sucked up the oil spill.
Yeah, so I mean, nobody likes riding through that for the first time when they head back out. But let's hope that it is what they need to do. They just need to get out there and do it. Although it didn't look like there was a lot of debris or oil there. We'll just have to wait and see.
We don't know what's going on there, but definitely got to see the oil spill there.
Okay, we're going to cut to a quick commercial and we'll be back after the break. So stay tuned and we will be back with more action with the restarted race. Hello and welcome back to round 3 from Suzuka International Circuit in Japan. This is the Asia Road Racing Championship and we are live from the circuit here in Japan, and we're just getting some good news back from some information that's been flying through. The rider Patrick Lee is okay, he's up and about, and so it's just a matter of time now until we get back out onto the track for a restart. And you've got some news, Meng Heng, the race has been reduced.
Yeah, reduced. You can see the pit entry open at 15:19, so they got only 1 minute to get up from the paddock. So they got 1 minute up, then they got to go up from the paddock. So if you are behind, the 1 minute brought down, stop, you won't be able to do the warm-up lap. So you gotta do warm up lap from the pit, and you're gonna start from behind of the grid.
Yeah, so you don't want to be able to do that. And
it's been reduced to 10 lap at the moment.
yeah, so that's good. So it's a 10-lap race, and there's about a minute and a half until that pit lane opens. What about if you're at the top of the pit lane? I reckon that at the speed limit in the pit lane, it will take more than a minute to get down there.
Yeah, so you know that the pit's gonna open at 15:19. So you by 15:18 you gotta ride your bike slowly out to the pit there. So you gotta wait for the green light, then you just go out.
Yeah, I guess the last thing you want to do is get caught for speeding in the pit lane, because that probably could cause some issues as well. And then just a few minutes after that, at 15:24, which is local time here, the race will get underway, and it will be a quick start procedure. Just run us through that one more time.
The quick start procedure is when all the riders go out, then they come back to the grid. So only one mechanic allowed to be on the grid. Once the rider come in onto the grid box, then the mechanic will hold on to the bike and check with the rider, is everything okay, everything, the track, everything is okay, then he will leave the track. Then there will be 30 seconds board up, then start of warm up lap, then after that they come back, they start off the race.
There's Anthony West, last year's champion. He's second in the championship now. Aslan Shah's taken over the lead. Sorry, Aslan Shah was last year's champion, wasn't he? But Anthony West was leading, so getting on his
all
bike.
the rider knows that the pit exit only open 1 minute, so all they're gonna be there when the pit exit open.
Yeah, I guess that's not going to affect the tyres too much.
No, I don't think so. I think they only done 2 laps, isn't it?
That's correct.
You're right, I think.
But do you think any guys will put new tyres on?
No, it doesn't. I don't see anybody changing tyres there.
Yeah. So they're just going to leave the tyres that they've had on. Is there a certain number of tyres that these guys are allowed to use?
I think they're allowed to use 6 sets of tyres for the weekend.
Okay, yeah. So
set of tyres.
I guess most of the guys won't have any left by this point in the weekend either,
I
will
don't
they?
think so. Qualifying and the race one.
Yeah.
Just practice and warm up.
Aslan Shah out there. Everybody just taking it easy on that warm-out lap, making sure they get the heat into the tyres. We're not sure what happened with Patrick Lee there, but the good news is that he is okay, up and about, and the race is about to start. It's 10 laps around this time, so 3 laps shorter than the original predicted race distance. So, boy, business as usual in the 600 Super Sports.
So the rider must think again, how to start again, and everything got to go again, over again.
Sometimes it's difficult though when you're in the zone. I mean, like if you've ever known anyone that has been able to play any sort of sport at a top level, or whether you're playing squash or whatever it is, you get into this rhythm in your head.
Then suddenly you got to redo everything again.
Exactly.
So you got to rethink of how you're going to do that again.
But and try and stay in exactly the same mood if you're winning, or if you're not winning, get out of that mood and try and get into the right mood.
Do something different again.
Yeah. But, I mean, Aslan Shah, who's on fire this weekend, how good's he when things don't go his way?
I think he should be able to cope with it. I think he has no problem with that, I think all the riders on the 600, I think they are all very mature rider and more experienced rider. I think they know what they're going to do if a red flag came out, so they will know what to do again.
We didn't talk too much about Ahmed Yudistra, who finished on the podium yesterday. He didn't feature, really, did he?
Yudistra, we talked to him this morning. I talked to him this morning, and you can see he's really happy. He's there. That he knows that the machine he's riding is fast on the top speed. So chances of winning this race for Yudis will be quite bright, I think.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Well, that's good to see. And the one thing that the Suzuka Circuit has shown is the qualifying position doesn't really matter too much. I mean, it's a sort of circuit where if you qualify 5th or 6th or 7th or 8th...
Yeah, you'll still be there in the group.
Yeah. It's a lot of slipstreaming to be done and to be had at this circuit, and, plenty of overtaking opportunities too.
There you can see all the mechanics standing on the grid there, the grid box, wait for the rider. Once the rider, everything okay, then they'll clear the track.
The team's got to go through it all again now too.
Got to do everything back again.
Of course, Patrick Lee won't be taking part in this one. Even if he could get his bike up, he caused the red flag.
Yeah, he's the one who caused the red flag,
so he couldn't restart.
He won't be able to restart the race again.
10-lap race. Would you approach it any different now?
I think definitely I will ask if, let's say, my rider is Zakwan. He's using the soft tires and he have already did a couple of laps, so I think he can really push for the first lap.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It seems strange that that some of the bikes out there, could it be just the different bikes that suit the different tyres, do you think? Or,
maybe.
Or riders?
So
what do you think it's a rider thing?
It looks like all the Hondas, some of the Hondas changed to a soft rear. Except for the Kawasaki and the Yamaha, they're all still using the hard compound.
Of course, the Honda is renowned for its handling, isn't it? So perhaps it needs that.
The softer rear, I think.
For more, not so much for the drive that it puts out, but for the mid-corner grip, perhaps.
Yes.
To keep the corner speed up. I guess that's what you'd say. You've got to keep more mid-corner speed up on the Honda compared to the others.
Yeah, I think so. What's rating? I think they put the 30-second board up there, I think.
Okay. So 30 seconds until we're underway. The race will be getting underway in about a couple of minutes' time as they head off on their warm-up lap for part 2 of this race 2 here at Suzuka Circuit in Japan for the 600 Supersports. As they head into turn 1 now for the last time before the race gets underway. Somebody's already run off wide there into turn 2. I guess there's it's another opportunity to test your speed into turn 1 as well, for these guys.
Because they done the race 1 just now, so they know where to outbrake people there.
Because throughout practice you get plenty of opportunity to practice fast lap times, but you don't get that many opportunities to practice off the start line and into turn 1. So there's probably plenty of people out there now that after
trying out, they know which line and where to accelerate, where to brake.
Absolutely. Do you think the guys now will be punishing the tyres to try and get the heat into them, or to be looking after the tyres?
I think maybe if I'm the rider, I definitely want to make a lot of heat on the tyres. So because now it's just the 10-lap race, it's quite short, compared to the 10-lap race.
Yeah, absolutely.
So definitely I will push and make the tyre really hot. Then the first lap then I will try to make a fast time.
So the word is that this is a completely brand new restarted race, which means whatever happened in the first part, you can discount.
It doesn't count, This is a brand new race.
It didn't happen. So this is it. We're back at the start. The grid is as the grid was. So Rathbone Willerot starts from second position. Aslan Shah, of course, is in pole. Yuki Ito will be the first man on the second row. Next to him will be Kenneth Kubo, who we saw there doing a good ride, and Koisuke Okuda on the Kawasaki as well. He qualified well. We haven't talked about him too much, probably because it's always Ant West that's making his way up and barging his way past.
But he's a wildcat, I think. He's a wildcat from Japan, so I think normally Japanese wildcat are quite strong here in Japan.
Yeah, they are. Aslan Shah, he got pole position done right. He got race 1 done right. He's just got to get the perfect score. And this is a place of doubles as well. Normally, we've seen it in the past that if you win one race, you win the other.
Yeah, like the 250s.
Yeah.
Danica Riza won the 2 races yesterday and today. And we'll see how Aslan going to fare later on.
He's very quick on the first lap as well, isn't it? He doesn't mind getting there first and waiting for the rest of the field to catch up. There's Anthony West on the left of your screen with that green helmet. Udistra back there as well. And there's
Udistra is row 3, I think.
Yep, that's row 3.
Yeah.
We've got Yuki Ito's already on the grid. The rest of them rolling up to get this race underway. Just a reminder, it's 10 laps now. Green flag is waved. Everybody's in position. The red flag is removed from the circuit. We're under starters' hands now as we get ready for race 2 of the weekend for the 600 Supersports, and the lights are out. And Aslan Shah, does he get another perfect start? And
he
look
gets
at that.
Perfect start again, I think. Yeah.
What an incredible start by him. Yuki Ito's there. Kenneth Kubo moves up. That's Willerod in second position as well. And Anthony West goes around the outside. Zaidi's there in 4th position. So another nice clean start at the moment. But look at Aslan Shah. He's just, he should take up drag racing. I mean, he's so good off the start on that Kawasaki. Yudhishthira there in the middle of the pack with work to do if he wants to get on the podium as well.
I don't know what happened to Zakwan. He's still like stuck in 4th position at the moment.
Yeah, I guess off the start line. I mean, like Aslan Shah
just had perfect start.
Yeah, and you know the strength of the Honda is the handling, perhaps not the straight line drive. It is quite a long way into turn 1 there. Perhaps that explains something, but nevertheless, he's making it hard for himself, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, like Aslan did the race one just now. He was leading now. Still had a good start, and he will lead the race. If I were him, I would definitely just push a bit and try to make some good times and see whether I can,
well,
the second guy behind.
Yeah, I don't think with a soft tyre on you're gonna be able to make the time up at the end of the race. You need to start pushing hard now. I'll tell you what though, this man here out front at the moment is so fast through that chicane. Aslan Shah really is aggressive. He's an aggressive looking rider, and I think that might be working for him here this weekend.
Yeah, but you can see, I think that is the second guy. I think Ratapong there is second, and Yuki Ito is third. So looks like they're catching up Aslan Shah there.
Yeah, Ratapong again with another good start. He got a good start yesterday too. Had a crash in the morning warm-up this morning, remember, so it's not all going his way this weekend, but Anthony West is certainly scything his way through the pack and catching up to the leaders at the moment, back there in 5th position.
There you can see Anthony West there.
Yep, but is that Zaidi just...
I think we got to keep an eye on Yudhishthira. I think he's
Aslan Shah. Lots of movement there. Willerot as well.
Yeah, I think he locked his back up just now.
Yeah, definitely not the place to do that on the first lap of 10 laps of a 10-lap race, but he pulls it all together and still maintains his composure. Fastest man through, without any doubt, is the man in the lead. 2:14.3 for Aslan Shah. Kamaruzaman, good job by him, nice and tight there, and he's got some very, very good pace. Yuki Ito, though, in a good position at the moment in 2nd position. Do you think that Ito can do something here?
Yeah, I think so. He looks like he's on fire, He's really riding the bike.
There's Yudhishthira just at the back of Anthony West. And we know how dangerous he can be.
Yeah.
He did this yesterday too. Yudhishthira was back in the pack and then worked his way forward. So Yudhishthira probably feeling pretty happy with himself right now, looking up the inside there into Dagna Curve.
Yeah, I think Yudhishthira, he knows that he got a faster bike, on the back straight. So I think he will take it easy on this one. So look at the starting here again.
Yeah, Aslan Shah once again, just as he lets the clutch out, he just makes like 2 or 3 or 4 bike lengths over the rest of the field.
Yeah, the perfect timing for starting.
Absolutely, and I don't know if he's got the first gear lower on that bike or not. I don't know if you can change the internal gearbox ratios, but if you can,
maybe he's on the 2nd gear.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but so. It was a really good starting move by him. So a good result by him at the moment. We've got, let's have a look and see where some of our riders are. And as they head down, there's Aslan Shah again leading this one. As they head down, Ratapong Willerot's up there too.
Took over Aslan.
Yeah, good move. I bet Aslan Shah wasn't expecting that, was he?
No, I don't think so.
We head into, now he's going to see things get serious. How strong is Yuki Ito there? And watch Anthony West up the inside too. Oh, trying to get past Willerot there. Zaidi's hanging in there, but he's working his way back through the, Zakwan is working his way back through the pack rather than forward. So Zakwan Zaidi with that soft rear tyre with work to do. Yudhishthira. Yudi makes his way through into turn 1 there. Nice move on I think that was Tomi Koyama.
Yeah.
As well. So good result there for him making his way forward. As they head up the hill, Anthony West in that group. It's Yuki Ito at the moment, fastest lap through last time round, 14.2, but well off the lap times they were doing this yesterday.
2:12, I think.
Yeah, 2 seconds a lap slower. 2:12.5 was, or 2:12s they were definitely into. But I know that. Look at the sliding there from the back of Aslan Shah.
Everybody's sliding there.
It's incredible how they're, these 600s normally they don't spin the tyre like that, but there's a lot of sideways action going on out there. Doesn't look like there's too much rear grip to be had. Yuki Ito making the most of it at the moment, though.
Yeah, he's still leading.
West has gotten past Villaroth as well now. Rathbone.
Yeah, like Yuki Ito, he won the race in Australia, Adelaide, and he know how to win again here in Japan.
He's definitely not scared either, is he? Because if you think back, he had a massive crash in Adelaide.
The first race,
He did, which was disbanding, but he got up from that, won race 2.
And he came back to win it?
He did.
Yeah.
Yesterday he finished 4th, so I'm sure that he wants to try and win this one in front of his home crowd. Probably got his family down here as well.
Look like Anthony West going strong today.
Yeah, Anthony West is definitely not mucking around. He's making his way forward.
Yeah.
I wonder if it is something to do with the conditions out there that the Yamahas now seem to be stronger.
Stronger than it looks like faster than the Kawasaki a bit, yeah?
Yeah, perhaps the conditions suited the Kawasaki than yesterday, but in saying that, Yudi's right up there now, isn't he? Look at him, the way that he's coming through the pack.
Yeah, because I think he knows that he's capable of handling with in front of with Aslan and.
So I think he had his first podium with the Kawasaki yesterday. So you know what it's like when you do get that first podium. You really,
it gives you
another one. You do. It gives you the confidence. You suddenly say, "Oh, I can do it.
I can do it. Why not another one?"
Exactly. So he's in the freight train at the moment. Is that Kenneth Kubo on the back of that
I think
group?
That's Kenneth Kubo behind Yudhishthira.
And of course, now he's got a bit of a Japanese heritage as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he half Thai and half Japanese, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that he's another guy that wants to perform well. Now Anthony West, he knows how to win it here. He won here last year, 2 races.
Both the race, yes, race 1 and 2.
I wonder though, Aslan Shah, when you spoke to him, he was mentioning that he took it easy in the mid part of the race.
Yeah, then the last 2 laps, then he tried to push. So we'll see, we have another 7 laps to go.
Anthony West closes up, under brakes down Degner as they head under the bridge.
And surprisingly, you can see Decha is
Watch this, West up the inside of the
right
hairpin. Nice tight line, and he gets past Aslan Shah and makes his way up into second. Now, this will be interesting because yesterday there was a bit of on-track touching between these two guys.
Yuki Ito and
Anthony West.
Anthony West, yes.
So it's going to be interesting to see how they react when they get close to each other.
I think both of them definitely know that is a racing incident. I mean, not doing intent.
No, definitely not.
Not intentionally.
But, I mean, you know what it's like when you've already had a bit of a history with someone. You don't want to make it easy for them to go past. Anthony's bike seems to have a little bit more speed. I mean, yesterday it was struggling for pace, but today he still can't go past in the slipstream, but he can stay there, which is good. He's got a good drive out of the R130, though. He's on the outside. That's a difficult way to go around, but it looks like he's going to go around the outside. Ito holds on. West sideways into the last chicane, but holds it all together. Aslan Shah now in 3rd position. His teammate Ahmed Yudhishthira on the number 33 KYTT Kawasaki in 4th.
I'm sure Anthony West definitely try to overtake Yuki Ito.
Yeah, but it's into that corner it's probably difficult to go past someone like him up the inside. But here's another opportunity, hard on the gas. He's always trying to go around
right the outside. I don't know why.
Suzuka, at this circuit, it's a track that you have to. It's very front end, isn't it?
You need to go inside, not outside. I think
you need to go on the inside, and you need to be very brave. It rewards the brave rider.
Yeah.
And
I think twice you can see Anthony West trying from the outside.
Yeah. I don't know if he's just saving himself or
maybe just trying to show Yuki Ito the front wheel. I'm here.
Could be. And he's had another go. He's up the inside now. Did that pretty easily, and he takes the lead of the race for the first time.
And Yudis also take Aslan Shah. He's in 3rd now.
Oh, Aslan Shah probably won't like that, will
I think so.
Now, those two guys have done a test here a couple of weeks ago, haven't they, on those
those Kawasaki's, 2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, so they've definitely got some form, and they've improved a lot, the handling of the bike around the circuit. It's showed this weekend, especially in race 1. But I'm sure Aslan Shah now will be thinking about turning the wick up. 6 laps to go. So head through that uphill sweeper into the spoon curve.
It looks like Yudhishthira today is like a little bit faster than Aslan Shah.
It looks that way, doesn't it? Well, fastest man on track, Anthony West. Second fastest man is
Yudhis.
Yudhis. So both of those two guys in the 13s. Everybody else in the 14s at the moment. And Yudhis going past into the lead.
Yeah, there you go.
How much speed has that Kawasaki got? It's a fast machine, isn't it? Anthony West sits there. Aslan Shah, there's Kenneth Kubo. He moves up the inside of Aslan Shah now. Aslan Shah not having the race he had yesterday. Seems to be really struggling.
Yeah, I think there's still 6 laps to go, but I think Aslan Shah got to do something if he really want to win the race 2 here.
You wouldn't be looking after your tyre that much that you let 6 guys go past, would you?
Yeah, I think he's something. I'm not sure what he's trying to do.
I mean, it doesn't look like he's outwardly struggling with anything. But, even he's just a little bit off of the back of that group.
Yeah, he should be still right behind, I think, Kenneth Kubo and, overtake Kenneth Kubo again.
Kubo's actually riding really well this time out, isn't he?
Yeah, I think all of them still very close, and the lap times are quite close actually.
Yeah, everyone's in the third. It's a much faster race pace than it was yesterday in general. At this time of the race yesterday, everyone was doing like 15s. Anthony West
14, looks at 15 something.
But now everybody is in the 13s, so they're all 13s and 14s, so it's about a second lap quicker. So, and that's what Aslan Shah said too. He said everybody's seen now, so they know
how to save the tyres.
Yeah, well,
it looks like everybody can catch up with all them in front.
Ratapumbilawat's in there too, so it's good to see him after the crash that he had yesterday, and of course Desh
I was saying this time he was 6 at the moment.
He was complaining about his wrist yesterday. What was he saying to you about his wrist?
His wrist, I think after operation, I think they still need to heal, and after a few laps, 2 or 3 laps, the hand become numb. And it looks like it doesn't bother him at the moment.
No, well, it's always, you forget about pain, don't you, when you're in a battle like this, a battle royale for the lead of one of these races.
You don't know what is pain anymore.
No, as they head down again, Yuki Ito, I'm sure, will be loving to have another race victory, especially one in Australia, but one here in Japan would be fantastic. But he's going to have to work hard to do it. He's going up the inside. West is around the outside there. Everybody tips in.
Kubo. And Kubo third.
What a great overtaking manoeuvre by Kubo too. Everyone getting out of shape into the chicane there here at Suzuka.
It looks like last lap. But still another 4 laps more to go.
I know. It can't work out well 4 more times, can it?
Yeah.
Westy takes the lead now. So Anthony West hits the lead of the race for the first time in front of Yuki Ito. Nice clean move, gets on the gas. What will Yuki Ito do? Will he come back strong and hard straight away? I don't know. Kenneth Kubo is right there. He wants to have a bit of it too.
And looks like all of them getting closer and closer, and maybe 8 of them in 1 second.
Yeah, let's have a look. There's it's 1.3 seconds back to 7th with Zakwan Zaidi, the man on the soft compound Dunlop tyre. Everybody else in front of him, I think, has got a hard
tyre.
So I don't know. I know the Hondas think that the soft tyre is working, but I'm not so sure. But Zakwan Zaidi is still in the pack, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's still behind. I think right behind Decha Kreisart.
Decha Kreisart with a 2:14 last time round. That's a pretty competitive lap time for this part of the race. West leads at the moment. Ito in second, Kubo third, Yudhishthira in fourth, and Aslan Shah in fifth. So work to be done by the race winner from yesterday.
Yeah, a lot of work. Now at the moment he's the fifth.
Be interesting to see what happens when we get onto the back straight out of the spoon curve. Will Anthony West have the pace of the bikes behind him, or will he get slipstreamed?
It looks like the sector 2, I think the Kawasaki lost out to the Yamahas there.
One thing we do know is that the Kawasaki seem to be fairly rapid down this back straight, but there's a bit of a gap now, isn't there?
Yeah, a bit gap. I think maybe 0.2, 0.3.
Yep, and both Yamahas through now. Ito and his teammates make it through, so that's the Yamaha racing team. Asin 1 and 2 at the moment, but Anthony West won't like that.
Look at Kevin Kubo in the front now.
Oh, and West tries to go around everybody there.
Whoa. First time I think Kevin Kubo leading the race.
Wow, he's in new territory now. He doesn't know what to do. He's going, well, there's no one in front of me. What do I do now? There's 4 laps to go.
Wow, look at Udis. He's coming back again.
How did Udis catch up so much time? Up the inside, he holds it too. He's wide. Westy dives up the inside there. Good move by Udis, but it didn't pay off, unfortunately, for him, because you're going to have to do better than that if you want to get past number 13, Anthony West.
Look like Aslan just sit behind and...
well, he's not falling off the back.
He's like happy to be behind there at the moment. Just look what the guy's trying to do.
Maybe he's trying to stay. I mean, he's within a second of the lead. You know what I mean? So if he can stay within a second of the lead, it means nothing.
Yeah, I think Aslan, he knows that he can do the lap times. Maybe 2 minutes 12 high. Yesterday he did on race 1. I think that's what he's thinking now. Maybe he'll wait until the last 2 laps, and see. Maybe he will try to push.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, the pace is certainly hotting up now. Just everybody into the 13s. And look at the group compacting too. It's so close at the moment. The 2 Kawasaki's there, of course, a 1-2 yesterday. Aslan Shah looks over his shoulder to see Decha Kreisar in that pack as well. His wrist obviously not giving him as much problem.
Yeah.
Zakwan Zaidi still in there too.
It looks like Ito have a small gap from Kevin Kubo.
Yeah, Ito is very strong around that part of the circuit.
Yeah, but
and then
the
here,
Kawasaki is got strong in this straight.
Yeah, definitely here, but also in the upright braking, in the upright braking, and through that chicane, the Kawasaki looks a lot more nimble, let's say. And you can see there, like they've already caught that gap back up.
Yeah, straight away.
On the back wheel there as they head through the R130. Another practice run as they head in. Yuki Ito up the inside.
Kevin Kubo right in front again.
Around the outside that time.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think Yuki Ito's thinking? That's 2 times now he's lost the lead at that part of the track. Is he worried that he doesn't have the braking?
He need to take a different line,
Yeah, maybe it's the setup. Maybe he's set the bike up too soft in the front or something.
Yeah, maybe. I think so. Or they can use this come back and take Anthony West.
Good move there by Udis. He tried that a lap before but run wide. This time Anthony West didn't get back past him. With 2 laps to go.
Yeah, you can see Aslan now is like, maybe he's trying something.
Well, you were telling me body language is what you need to watch out for him.
Body language. You can see the body language now is
aggressive.
Yeah, aggressive is there.
Hey, Zakwan Zaidi's doing a good job. He's hanging in there.
Yeah, he's still there, right?
Yep. So that's a good job by him. Andy
Farid,
he's up there too. Rathbon Willarot is in that group. But it's Yuki Ito out front at the moment with 2 laps to go. Aslan Shah at the back. The race winner yesterday, the question on everybody's lips is, can he do it?
Yeah, can he do it? I think he must do it this lap. Either you have to overtake at least 1 or 2 guys in front.
Westy tries to go up the inside. There's not much room there.
Touch. No.
But he gets...
they're going to touch again.
That was so close. It's not over yet though, because they're still side by side. But Westy gets through on Kenneth Kubo and moves up into second position.
Look at Andy Farid, right behind Aslan Shah.
Yeah, he is right there, isn't he? So maybe that soft tyre could be working for him as they head into the spoon curve just a couple more times. And the tight line works for Anthony West. He gets onto that back straight. He just seems to be able to make his way forward, doesn't he?
Yeah, make his way forward, and you can see he always fast at the spoon corner there.
It doesn't matter though, because those Kawasaki's, look at them go. They're right there.
Speed right there.
Yeah, pretty incredible stuff. And they're strong at the right part of the circuit, which is into this heavy braking area. Well, this is the final test run. Doesn't matter what happens this time round. Kenneth Kubo up the inside.
He did take Anthony West there.
He got through. I mean, look at the gap now back to Yudi, and I'm sure that he's going to get good drive as we head on to the last lap of this 600 race. You can see the teams there, they're all excited as they head over the line now. This could be anyone's. There's 5 or 6 guys that could win this, and keep an eye on Aslan Shah. He's going to give it everything he's got now as they head on to that through curve 1 and 2 here at Suzuka for the last time of 2018. Up the hill they go. Bit wide there from Ito, but he manages to hold it. Kenneth Kubo, of course, is looking for a way through. He can't quite do it there. Anthony West, Aslan Shah, you said his body language is getting quite aggressive, and he's looking aggressive out on track.
At first, he needs to pass his teammate first.
It's not hard, isn't it? But a bit of a moment there by Yudi. The back wheel moving quite a bit on his Kawasaki. Black lines.
Everybody down there, black line.
Someone's got to be off the track there. Did they all stay on? They
all
did.
Stay there.
Up the hill they go now. Blind acceleration as they head into the hairpin. Who will be the last man to break? Who will go up the inside? You can always count on Anthony West, but not this time round. He holds it there, and it's Kenneth Kubo who is leading.
Look at all the riders behind are lurking behind, waiting for anyone to make a mistake, you know.
Yuki Ito sits in 3rd position, and the Kawasaki's seem to be sitting pretty at the moment. They're closer than they've ever been at this part of the circuit. If they can get through the spoon curve, it's going to make it pretty interesting, but they get to the end of the next long straight. I don't know what you think, Meng Heng. Look at Westy.
Anthony West there.
Quick acceleration burst up the inside. It's not going to mean anything. Look at the sliding happening there, though, because although he's leading now, he's not going to be leading at the end of this straight.
Yeah, definitely, you can see Kenneth Kubo coming back onto him now.
Kubo takes a slipstream.
And you can see both the Kawasaki there.
There he goes up the inside, goes the Kawasaki man, can't be done. Aslan Shah seems to be stuck back. It's going to come down to a braking duel as they head into that final hairpin now. They're on the brakes, up the inside goes Westy. Does he get through clean? He's through, but look at Udistra, he's through too. Udistra's on, he gets good drive out. He's going to get second. Westy's going to win this one, but it could be a Kawasaki in second place. Who's it going to be? Maybe it's Ito. I don't know, I can't call that one. What a race!
Kenneth Kubo second. I think Ahmad Udistra is third.
What a race. Ito takes 4th position. It doesn't get much closer than that. We've got, oh my goodness, there's 5 bikes within a point 0.2 or 0.3 of a second. What an incredible race. But unfortunately for Aslan Shah, yesterday's race winner, he misses out in 5th position. But Andy Farid, another good result for him in 6th position, and Rathapong Willarot in 7th. So Decha Kreisart as well. We're just waiting to see about that classification. It's being checked at the moment. I guess they might have to.
I think they got to go for a photo finish, for sure.
Well, it's always good to get a photo finish, isn't it?
Because it's so close. I think everybody is so close there.
Well, it's a good reward for the We Bike Trickstar team as well, because Patrick Lee, their other rider, fell off at the start of the race, in the first part of the race, and brought up the red flag. So Patrick Lee is okay. The good news for the team is that Anthony West is the winner.
Yeah.
What a result here at Suzuka for the team, and incredible. Let's just have a quick run through now. Anthony West takes the win with Kenneth Kubo in 2nd position. Ahmed Udistra is in 3rd. Yuki Ito wins. Of course, Aslan Shah is in 5th position. Andy Farid in 6th. Rathapong Willarot 7th. Decha Kreisart. Zakwan Zaidi in 9th. Tomoyoshi Koyama takes 10th position. So a good top 10 there. And it's good to see 3 Hondas in the top 10. I don't think there were that many yesterday. I think it was mostly Yamahas and Kawasaki's. So the Honda being much stronger today. So Iga Hada takes 11th. Minamoto is 12th. Kazuma Daniel in 13th. Azroy Akim in 14th. Ramdan in 15th, Pasovit in 16th, Afik in 17th, Kurihara in 18th, and Ibrahim Noruddin takes 19th. Muzakir in 20th, and Okuda 21st, and unfortunately Joseph Francis, the weekend couldn't have been much worse for him because it's another DNF. So unfortunately for the Brit, a weekend to forget. But Right now, we're going to quickly nip off for our last commercial break of the weekend, but come right back and we'll have our podium and we'll be talking to our winning riders. So we'll see you in a few minutes.
Down here at the park for maybe today's third place finisher, Yudis, a photo finish for you to pick up your second podium this weekend here at Suzuka Circuit.
Yeah, and the rest too, everybody become fast and rhythm the race also fast than compared than race one. Then my tire already gone last two lap. Then I just try keep my position then just try good the podium for race two.
Thank you so much, Yudis. Congratulations. And coming in second place today, picking up his very first podium in this Super Sport 600cc. Kimi Kubo. Kubo, congratulations. You fought very hard today for your first podium finish here at Suzuka.
Yes, I do everything. I try my best. I happy. This is the first podium on the ARRC. I don't know how to say, but I'm really happy. Now I can do, and next I will win more.
Anything you want to add in Thai?
ก็ขอบคุณทุกๆคนนะครับที่คอยติดตามคอยสนับสนุนเสมอมาก็วันนี้นะครับก็มีนักแข่งไทยอีกหนึ่งคนที่ได้ขึ้นโพเดียมในรายการเอเชียโรดเรซซิ่งนะครับก็สำหรับตัวผมก็จะไม่หยุดอยู่แค่นี้ก็จะพัฒนาต่อไปเรื่อยๆนะครับและจะไปจนถึงระดับโลกให้ได้นะครับฝากติดตามฝากเชียร์ด้วยนะครับขอบคุณครับ
We would like to say that so this is a for Thai young rider to get the podium today. So this is the first podium in ARC of him. So he would like to make marking for future. This want to be world class in future.
Thank you so much, Kubo. Congratulations. And our race 2 winners today, Anthony West. So West, of course, another tough race. but today you look like to have a lot more pace compared to the Kawasaki. But you had many Yamaha bikes on your tail as well.
Yeah, every time I went down the straight, I just saw flashes of blue and green go past me. So it was, I just tried to fight, just tried to do a smarter racing yesterday. I knew these guys had more top end speed, so I had to do everything I can to be in front of them when we get to the straight, so they didn't get away from me. So I kept fighting with them and trying to slow them down. And in the end, it worked. But honestly, I didn't know who was going to win. I could have been fourth, fifth, or I could have been first. And I just, if you see on my bike, we've got a little dollar sign on there today, and if I get first, I get the money. So that gave me the motivation for the last turn to really push hard.
All right, congratulations and stay tuned for the podium ceremony.
Well, what a result there. Udistra with a double podium. Kubo gets his first podium of the year, and of course, West was the best. So,
yeah, like you said just now, either he go first or he can go fourth or fifth.
Yeah, I think that was the case with any of those guys out there. It was an absolute incredible race, and I mean, yeah, there was some really good results. But this was the man that we thought was probably going to get the double. Aslan Shah wasn't to be though. Rathaprom Willarot was up for a good chance. Yuki Ito, another man that we thought, but the race got underway, and as per every time this weekend so far, Aslan Shah led them into turn one. You can see Yuki Ito, Kenneth Kubo there, Willarot Rathapong as well up there making his way through, but early on with 10 laps to go, there was a massive lead by that number 25 Kawasaki, and at one point it was almost looking like it was going to be a Kawasaki 1-2 again. But the Yamahas seemed to be stronger this time round. Yuki Ito got a much better start than he did in race one and led the race. He went past number 25, the Kawasaki man, and he took his shot at glory. Of course, when in Japan, the Japanese guy would want to win. Kosuke Okada was up there too at that point, set his fastest lap of the race, the 2:13.4, and good to see him joining the group. But nobody told Anthony West that he was supposed to stay near the back of the group, and he tried everything he could. He was always up there near the front. Running a smart race is what he said on the podium. He was being smarter than he was yesterday. But I don't know how you can be smart when you head into the hairpin like that, because that looks crazy to me. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Kenneth Kubo, though, gets the wheel in the air as he floats out and down the straight. Still a couple of laps to go, few laps to go at this point. The Kawasaki's starting to come back. Udistra was there. Aslan Shah was starting to look aggressive and making his way forward too. West, though, still with work to do. 2 laps to go. Goes up the inside. What's going to happen here? Nothing, but it was so tight. What an incredible line he took, nice and tight there. As they headed with 2 laps to go, the teams were looking pretty hectic there, and everybody had their fingers crossed. Last lap, it was mayhem. They were packed up everywhere. As they headed into Degner, it was wild. West took the inside line, everybody else the outside line, and he got through the spoon curve. But he knew he was in trouble at this point, because just because you lead onto this back straight, you're going to get chewed up. As they went into the last corner, though, Westy got on the brakes later than everybody else and shot through. But then look at this for second, third and fourth place. It was a photo finish as they went over the line, with Anthony West winning, Kenneth Kubo in second position to take his first podium, and Udistra rounding out the weekend with 2 podiums for him on his Kawasaki. So it was a great result, and there was fist bumps all around by the time he got into the pits. So it was an awesome weekend down there, and I don't know what you think. I don't know what you think.
I think we're going to go for that podium first.
So yeah, we'll just have a quick look at the podium. It's been a really fabulous weekend here this week, hasn't it? At
Suzuka. Fabulous race, you know, have a couple of races. All the races, the 150, the 250, and now this 600, all very exciting race.
It's good to see Udistra up there too, and also Kenneth Kubo.
Yeah.
With a result like that, you've got to think that you know, he's going to be strong for the rest of the year now.
Yeah, I think we're going to hear the Australian national anthem now.
by Mr. Sadahiko Matsumura, General Manager of Motorcycle Tire Department, Sumitomo Rubber Industry Limited, Dunlop, to present the riders with their trophy.
Of course, Mr. Sadahiko Matsumura, he was there yesterday, last night when we announced the ASB Championship, and Dunlop being a big part of that. It's always good to come here to Japan and have people like him presenting the trophies, because it's guys like him that are responsible for the tyres that we ride. But Kenneth Kubo, what a result for him.
Yeah, second, I think, first podium for him, so very happy for him too. And of course, Anthony West.
Yeah, he's a pretty happy chappy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Anthony, you'd have to be pretty happy with that too. There's the wee bike by Ikazuchi Racing Team Award this weekend. So it's always good to hang that up on the wall as well. Now the guys are getting closer together so they can get their photo taken. Good weekend there by Yamaha Racing Scene as well. They're all pretty happy, aren't they?
Yeah, look at Kevin Kubo.
I don't think we've seen the last of him on the podium.
Yeah, he's definitely a bright future for him.
But Yudi rode a great race too on the Kawasaki.
Yeah.
Definitely, Anthony West has got a bright helmet, hasn't he?
Yeah, the green bright white helmet.
So here are your championship points. Anthony West leads the championship after 3 rounds. Aslan Shah is in second. Yuki Ito, Kenneth Kubo in fourth. Ahmad Yudhishthira in fifth. Rattabong Willarot takes sixth position. Andy Farid in seventh. Tomoyoshi Kiyama in eighth. Desha Kreisart in ninth. Zakwan Zaidi takes that 10th position at the moment, which is good to see. Azroy Hakim in 11th, Thitapong Rorakon in 12th, Taiga Hada in 13th, Ramdan Rosley in 14th, Kazuki Kurihara is 15th, Kazma Danielle takes 16th, Sokiro Minamoto, Irfan is there as well. Joseph Francis scored no points this time out, and Okuzi in the last position there as well. So that was a big result for him at the Suzuka Circuit. Well, if you want to see more of the action, keep an eye on us, because we're coming back. We're going to be at Madras Motor Racetrack in India on the 3rd to 5th of August 2018. We will be live for that one, and I know it's a place that you love going to. So look forward to it. There's also Central Circuit in Egypt to look forward to in October, and then the one that we're really going to be looking forward is to the Chang International Raceway, which will be our final and 6th round. So really looking forward to the upcoming racing. It's been a fantastic weekend here at Suzuka, and we hope that you've enjoyed the racing, and really look forward to seeing you next time out in India. So thank you very much for joining us, guys, and we'll see you next time.